And we are live with a big mess. I can't hear his audio. We are struggle streaming already. Oh, my alarm's going off. Getting the desk set up here. Make sure everything is going good. Can I hear? Boom, now I can hear. Perfect, perfect. Got switches all over the place here. Wait, my audio. Yes, it's working. Okay, good. How's my desk audio?
Yes,
Good
sir.
audio there.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes,
Let's get some
yes,
background music
sir.
going
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
here. I wish I could pump the background music through the rest. That'd be really good. There we go. There we go. So I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. There we go. Good, mod. Trying to figure out when to play today. I think I might play some Street Fighter again because I haven't played Street Fighter in a while. And let's see here. Put this here so I can see my login. There we go. Okay. Let's slide some things out the way so I can get my camera lined up right here. Nice behind the scenes of all the I don't want to cuss. Review coming for this HDMI adapter that's coming. Actually pretty cool. Stuff out the way here. What is this? Put this. Yeah, we got new switches in. The new Lofree Surfers, the Lofree Voids. These came out. I was kind of talking about, but I didn't go too deep last week because we were talking about other stuff last week. Let's get the stuff out the way. Wow, there's a lot of stuff everywhere. Slide this. Boom. Now we're cooking with grease. There. So while I'm moving all this around, these surfers, I put them in the Lofree 2 S16, and I'm going to use that as my point of reference. And I'm reviewing this Dough Life light here. They said, hey, you want to review it? Check it out. I was like, yeah, if I can get my honest opinion, I'll check it out. So they sent that in. I'm checking it out now. And I have 3 different sizes. I'll probably put in the video. Oh, first of all, shout out to KJ the Bird. Happy Sunday, KJ the Bird. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Doing good, doing good. Get myself organized here. And it's not as bright as my daily lights, the Xiaomi lights I use, but they're bigger. So that's kind of like a catch-22, right? It's a bigger light versus bright. So this is probably like in the middle. And then my cheapest light here is the smaller ones right now. You'll see the shine here. Like if I turn them off, it's kind of loud. There we go. Good, good, good. But now it's too low. Now you can't hear anything. Good old Windows, right? Good old Windows. But yeah, okay, let's move this out the way. And I was actually, so I'm testing another controller right now, this Tikitaka M5, and I took the switches out, the Kasumis, because I could do Kailhs and Gatorons. So I wanted to try those out. And that's what's such a mess everywhere too. Because I was going to put one of these in that pad, but I'm thinking I might have to leave the Kasumis in because that's what it comes with. People kind of want to know, hey, how's it feel with the stock switches, right? So that's like a big ask. So I'll probably leave those in there. Let's see here. Let's click this button here. There we go. Got it. I feel so unorganized. And then I got a notification from Twitch that I'm in a interesting spot. So I primarily do on YouTube. That's usually my place to stream at. But I do both actually. But YouTube's like my home. But Twitch, I need an average of like 4 or 5, and you average 5 people in there. So I'll probably push everybody to Twitch today just to get those Twitch numbers up so I can meet. I have to do it 2 more days where I have an average of 5. So maybe I'll stream on Twitch for like an hour and a half. Maybe I'll turn it off. That way it kind of like it goes. So matter of fact, hey Google, set a timer for 1:30.
Okay, today at 1:30 p.m. It's for 1 hour.
And that way, hopefully my average on Twitch stays up, and then that'll like fix all the things I'm trying to do there. Shout out to Ralph Lee. That's a cool name, Ralph Lee. Happy Sunday, Ralph Lee. You know, I have this booter I gotta try out too, so maybe I'll try this out too. This new PS boot from I can't talk, from Kailh, because they have new pads coming for review. So I'm debating if I want to do it then or do it now. I gotta think about that, because someone actually just asked about this yesterday, so I do need to kind of dive into it. And all these reds up here, which I never use. This is a mess everywhere. So see here, we got our Lofree surfers, and again, I'll bring this pad out to demo. Let me move my remotes out the way. How dim is this light? What's over there? Okay, the brightness is all there we go. Perfect. And I might put one in the C12. This used to be my original starter pad for people. This thing was like $25. And you could take the artwork off. It's 3D printed on the bottom, but it feels weighted. It has rubber grip pre-installed, the acrylic top to change artwork, all these things that kind of help it. So it's kind of on the fence. But yeah, like I said, today's a weird day, so I'm gonna be like saying it throughout the whole stream. YouTube's my home, but I definitely need people on Twitch today and on Tuesday to get my average up to 5. Because I'm like 2 days in the next 7 days from meeting that quota, and then I unlock the next thing for that. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, Ralph, my Leverless just got here. Okay, oh, you got C16S, nice. How can I update my GB2040 done for download, and what is okay, let me read this again. So your controllers came in a C16S, got you. You want to update? Okay, I'll show you how to update. That's fast. How do you update? I can show you that. And then download. I think I know what you're asking me. Okay, here's what you want to do. Whoa, shout out to Wolf. Happy Sunday, Wolf. Yes, we got new switches. We got a bunch of stuff from Lofree. Lofree's killing it right now. And fun fact, I reached out to Keychron, because I have a Keychron keyboard as like my on-the-go keyboard. Because again, I have big hands, so when I use like a laptop keyboard or like a regular standard keyboard, my hands hurt after like 2 hours. They start like, it just hurts. And it's always been that way because I have long fingers, I get cramped. But they have Gateron, so I was like, well, I know DOIO Leverless can do Gateron and Kailh, and the Tikitaka, the new one, does Gateron and Kailh. So it'd be nice if can you guys do that in your Gaterons? And they were saying it's like something with the keycaps, they couldn't do it. But I'll talk about that. That just happened yesterday. But yeah, new switches. We got the Void and the Surfer, and again, I'll pull these out and I'll show you guys these. I put them in here, and I have some of the originals in here too, so I'll show that in just a second. For Ralph Lee, let me show you this really fast. So what you want to do is to update your firmware. What you want to do is go to Google. I can't type. Right. Go to Google. You're going to type in GP2040. Hello. GP2040. Just put downloads. That's the fast way to do it. When you get to the downloads page, you're going to see this downloads button, right? But it's going to keep bringing you back to the same page. And then your mind's going to tell you, no, you're fine, Rob. I see the bad English. I know, I was kind of having fun with you, but I understood what you were trying to ask me. When you scroll down here, you will see different boards, but don't do it through here. Like, this is the engineering page. If I'm calling spade, if you know what you're doing, you can figure this out, but just don't bother, right? When you get here, you'll see downloads. You'll see a bunch of boards. Ignore that. Come right here to the top. And you'll see releases right here. Click releases. And this will bring you to the latest released every time. That way you don't have to think. I don't want you to think. All right. Now when you get here, scroll all the way to the bottom. Just keep going. It's going to load. Keep going to the bottom, to the bottom, to the bottom, and boom, now you're at the bottom, right? Now, in this list are all the manufacturers using this firmware. Not all. Like in this list are numerous manufacturers using this firmware. Okay. So what you're going to want to do is go in alphabetical order and look for Hot 42. They are right here. These 4. All right. And it's super easy. You're on the CS that has base lights and buttons. You're going to want the M Ultra firmware. Get this one. And the easy way to explain this for anybody that doesn't know how this works, the regular is for every pad, except, okay, I'm going to give you the exceptions right now. we'll start from this one. If you have an X series with the Joy-Cons installed and you want to use like the train made a custom firmware, it just shows like a better it shows the joysticks on the screen. So if you want that, you would download this analog firmware and it gives you that new display. Okay, so this is only for the X series analogs. This is for pretty much every pad, and then now we get to the newer pads. I'll call them special, but they're really the new ones. What this means is if you have button lights only, right? So look at this. Here's the S series. There are buttons in each. See how there's lights in the buttons, but nothing along the base? So anything with button lights, and that's it. You want the regular. Then, could y'all see that? Yes, you can't see. Okay, good. Now you're going to find the M light. Okay. What the M light means is there's button lights and there's a separate set of lights in the base. So I have an M light in the shelf. I plug it in, you'll see this is blue and these are green or whatever color. They're doing animations, it's doing its own animation. So you have button lights and base lights, you'll want the M light. And this is only, and each vendor is unique, so don't mix vendors firmware, but I'm trying to make you understand why Hot Fruit 2 has 4. Okay. The last one is the one that you want, which is right here. Oh, not right there. This one, the M Ultra. Okay. All the M Ultra means is this. It keeps building on itself. There's button lights, there's rim lights, and then there's 2 physical like switches up and down for lock and tournament. Lights on, lights off, and tournament on and off. So if you have those 3 conditions, you want the M Ultra. So your CS, your C, your M Ultra, the M Ultra Gen 2, they all use the M Ultra firmware because they have base lights, button lights, and 2 physical switches. So I hope that makes sense. And so for you, since you have a CS, just download the M Ultra firmware and you'll be all set. And you'll also need this file right here, the flash nuke. You'll need this file. So now I'll show you one more thing to kind of like seal this right here for you. Oh, where's my mouse? My mouse is right here. If you go to YouTube, okay, I don't want to go here. Go to YouTube. Like go to my page, right? As soon as you get here, go to videos, use this video right here. The X Series Guide 3 has the firmware install steps, and there, and you'll see like there's, if I click here, I'll show you. Like here's the time, so you click the times there, and here's the times, right? So firmware, right here, boom, 4 minutes. So go to the 4-minute mark, and this will walk you through step by step how to do it. But yeah, that's, and again, you're thinking, why do I have the X series? It's the same steps. It's just, you just download different firmware. So you're going to follow those steps, but you're going to download, where are you? The Ultra file, but everything else is the same. Okay. But that'll walk you through it. Cause I know it went kind of fast. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. Right here. There we go. This video here, it's called the X Series 103 Guide. It just came out like 2 weeks ago. I just put this out. Watch this on my channel, and when you get to the 4-minute mark, start playing from here. And there's timestamps. They're all labeled, right? How to install. I'll show you everything you need to do. But with the file you'll download, you're not going to download the analog or the regular. You're going to download the M Ultra, and then you'll be all set. So, boom. Okay, the M Ultra one. Yep. You got it. Yep, Rouse got it. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see. Let me move this out the way. Shout out to SmackApe. The SmackApe keyboard is still going. And as far as sound, these switches, I think they're called Frosted something. I gotta look them up. They sound really good. Really good. So shout out to SmackApe. And it's anyway, I won't go too deep. The keyboard's actually cool. I was surprised. And there's another keyboard vendor I want to reach out to. It's this vendor here. I was looking at because I want a Kailh switch keyboard. It's like, because I'm getting a lot of switches, I want to test them out more. And I'll show you what I'm looking at right now. It's called the Hex Gear keyboard. I need to find a contact for these guys. But these are Kailh switches. Again, I don't use regular keyboards on the daily. I use ergonomic, and they don't have an Alice or ergonomic model, but these are Kailh switches. So this will kind of help me like install like 5, 5, and 5, like do different rows, different switches, and I can really feel how they feel, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm reaching out to them. Hopefully they get back to me, because that'd be really cool. I know the tariffs have been kind of hitting people hard, so hopefully, but I'm excited to try that out. Is that Kailh's? Kailh's Olsen? Kailh's or Cells? I think it's Kailh's. Kailh's Olsen. Shout out to Kailh's Olsen. Happy Sunday. Yes, we have the Lofree Surfers and the Lofree Voids. And actually, I didn't even try the other ones. We have the Void Surfer, the Hades, which came a couple weeks ago, like maybe 2 months ago. There's one more. And they're all in here. So I'm gonna take them out and put them in here. I'm gonna try those out right now. And I hope you guys like being able to see the chat now inside the stream. And I need to make that transparent because that color is kind of like driving me crazy. Okay, let me set my audio. Give me 2 seconds. I can't hear on my other side. There we go. Boom. Now I can hear. There we go. Now I can hear. No domestics. No problem, Ralph Lee. No problem. No problem. So let's get these reds out of the way because nobody likes, I don't know, reds. And then I can't wait to talk about Tikitaka. The Tikitaka has a new feature where you use an app to change the base lights. So I can't wait to talk about that. It's actually kind of cool. And I'm thinking maybe I'll do the Tikitaka video. Maybe I should unbox it next week on stream and do it here because I feel like I gotta think about that. Okay, let's move this out the way. Here's the white rain. Let's get these out the way. And I'll share all these new switches here. And if you have a Twitch account, I really appreciate if you could bring up Twitch. I need 5 average viewers. That would really help on Twitch. I'm like 2 days away from my goal or something I gotta hit, which I don't even know what's a goal. But anyway, let's dive. Oh, wait, hold on, right there. And drop a comment on Twitch. I'm out here Twitch begging. But no. Let's see, Wolf. Try reaching out to Leo Bog for keyboards. Oh, really? They're epic. And take Kailh and Gator. Oh, these are MX. Interesting. Let's see what this looks like here. Where is my mouse? Leo Bog. I spelled that wrong. No. Oh, look at that. That's cool. What a screen. That's cool. But where's the switches on this bad boy? There you go. Get out the way. Boom. You called it. MX switches. Creamy sound. Quick response. I like it. Okay. I'll put them on my other computer so I don't forget. Where's my keyboard? Leo Bog keyboard. But yeah, definitely want to try to get like a Kailh V2. A Chalk, obviously Chalk is what I use the most, but just trying those out. Oh, they have an Alice keyboard too. Okay, I'll go down this rabbit hole later. Shout out to Wolf. He's on it. Field Reporter Wolf is on it, boy. Okay, so let's go back. Look at these switches here. Gibby, shout out to Gibby. Happy Sunday, Gibby. The Lofree Flow. That's what I was looking at. The Lofree Flow is good. Super happy with it for a keyboard that uses Kailh switch. That's what caught my eye. So the Lofree. So the really caught my eye was on Lofree's website. Lofree has a ton of switches coming out right now. Well, I say a ton, but they just came out with the Surfer, the Void, the Pulse, the Specter. I love the Specters. Those are on my 8-bit dough. The Hades and the Ghosts. We all know Ghosts are legendary. Love the Ghosts. The Phantoms. If you like Tactile, the Phantoms and the Wizards, like those are just OG switches from last year. Maybe the year before. Those are OG 2024 classic switches. So let's kind of dive into this a little bit here. Hold on one second. My thing froze. Let's see here. So, move this out the way. The switches I'm looking at today, they go right there. Everything feels off. Merlin, shout out to Merlin. Happy Sunday, Merlin. Shout out to Eve J. Happy Sunday. Shout out to Cian. Just say, ayo. So, where's my keycap remover here? I'll show you what I was kind of messing with. And those that have the new M Ultra Gen, was this a Gen 2? Or was it the... I forgot which controller came with. I think it was a Gen 2. I love this keycap remover. It's just a plastic wedge. And I'm thinking about I think I'm going to order a new 3D printer because my 3D printer is dying. Fun fact, those that are curious, before I forget this too, if you are curious about 3D printing or like you want to make your own controllers, all that type of stuff, the Bamboo Lab right now, they have all their stuff on like crazy sale right now. and I'll show you what I'm talking about. The P2S just came out. I think they're upgrading all their models, and they're getting rid of the old inventory. So here's the A1. It's 120 bucks off, and if you want the combo kit, I've seen this cheaper on Amazon, but you could find this pretty cheap, and I'm hearing it does a good job. The one I'm looking at is the P1S. There you go. It's fully combo, does multiple colors, all the things. So if you guys are curious, something to look into if you're into that type of stuff. And then I could probably sell my stand. I could probably get better print quality, and I could sell the stands. That's what I really want to do. Trini, shout out to Trini. Happy Sunday, Trini. Out there in the islands, living the dream. Okay, so I'll show y'all what I'm testing here. We're looking at. Come out. No. Yeah, this Ultragen 2 little wedger thing is fantastic. I hope more vendors put this in the pack because it's kind of funny. It's almost better than this thing. Surprisingly. Like, surprisingly almost better. Okay, don't knock the keycaps. And then this one right here. Okay. So what we're looking at here is the original silence. These are the silent tans. And why is it so dark? Is that better? Again, I'm testing a light out. The light I'm testing is over here. My original light was there, and then the ones I use daily are over here. So usually I have the daily ones going around my whole base, but I took them out, and we'll see. So that's why it's so bright over here and kind of like dimmer and dim. I don't know what to do about that. We'll see. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So everybody knows the reds. Again, there's nothing wrong with the red. Nothing. Most controllers come with reds. I'm personally just not a fan. They're a little mushy, a little rattly, not much fan. The tan is right here. The tan, it's smoother than a red, and it's super quiet. Like, this thing is silent. Then we have the Deep Sea Islet, right? The Deep Sea Islet, I think we all know this is my favorite silence. Well, let me see. Watch how I say that. The Deep Sea Islet is my favorite silence switch. If you have a metal pad, or you have a pad that's just loud, you want the Deep Sea Islet. These things are fantastic. They're just fantastic. They just are what they are. They are fantastic. The Ghost switch is snappier and quiet. So it's kind of a weird thing where the Lofree Ghost is like, is my favorite silent switch. And I'm like being like kind of contradictory. It's my favorite silent switch, and like if I have a snappy pad, I'll put the Ghost on there, the Lofree Ghost. But the Deep Sea Islet, if I have a metal pad that's just loud and I want it quiet, you put a Deep Sea Islet with the O-ring. They're like silent. You hear the thump, but it's like super quiet. So I hope that makes sense. So where's my notes? Because, well, here's the other ones. Here is the white rain. I should put a Ghost right here. I should grab my Ghost switch and put one right here so you guys can hear the Ghost. The white rain is right here. The white rain came out last October, I think. And these are the hot block. That is a hot block. I see. Yes, I use this pad to test the hot block. And again, if you are not good at taking things apart, don't get the hot block. If you are, get the hot blocks. They work great, but getting it in there, it's kind of a pain in the butt because it's once it's in, it stays. But it's just getting the rubber in. What was that? A pause? Is that a yes? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get the rubber in. Pause. You know, it's all that stuff. Some say your first spooler goes towards printing upgrades for your printer. That's a good point. That's a good point. But then I could print my own little wedger things. I could probably make like Dr. Jones, like keycat removers or switch removers. Okay, I'm ordering that printer like tonight. I've made my mind up. I'll just eat sandwiches for the next 10 days or next month, whatever I gotta do. You know, people wonder, like, sometimes I'll get things like, what do you do? To be completely honest, I will like budget. I will starve myself and budget, and then I'll kind of like get what I want to get. That's usually what I do. So anyway, I digress. Here's the white rains. The white rains are a lot like the Ghost, but they have like it's not tactile. It's like a little oomph, but it's not tactile. I still like it, which is the oomph, but it has a really nice thock sound, like a thock, like I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if y'all could hear that too. I probably can't hear, but it's a really nice thock. Now we get to the new switches down here. This is the new Surfer switch, and I hope y'all could see that. They changed, so this is a Lofree Kailh, right? But see that right there? That's actually like a plastic piece. It's like a light, it's a clear piece of acrylic or light, whatever, right? So your light's gonna shine way brighter on their new two switches, the newer switches they have. I'm losing my voice. What's going on here? So here is the Surfer, here's the White Rain, here is the Void, the new silent switch, again with that clear for the light, and then here is the Hades, which is a silent switch. Now, let me grab my notes so I can explain what I was feeling when I played with these. Pause. Where is my notes? Where are you? Because I started feeling there's some commonalities Is that the word? Commonalities? I think it's a word. I'm going to use that word, commonalities, between these switches and some others. Where did my notes go? Okay, let's do it this way. Right there, boom, found it. Okay, here we go. Now I can see the chat and everything else. Okay, so here's what I found from my limited testing so far. I'm gonna beat up on the reds because I feel like it. The reds I just don't like. There's nothing wrong with them. They play fine. They're just rattly and mushy. I just don't like reds. That's just me. It's just me. The silent tans and the Lofree Hades. When I tried the Hades the first time, there was something about it that felt a little chalky. Like it doesn't. Those that know the way I play Tekken. So on Tekken, you can move 360. You can do it. So I'm always like, you know, sidestepping. I'm always moving around to kind of like. It's like when you watch UFC, they're pacing. They're figuring out where they want to be. Okay. There's nothing wrong with the Hades. They are super quiet. Deep sea islets are the most quiet, just hands down. These are super quiet. They're like, you don't hear them. They're quieter than the ghosts, that's for sure. But they have kind of it's like a chalky feel. They probably need to be lubed. I need to lube my switches. Yes, sir. Is that a bro or less? Yes, sir, or pause? I'm not sure. I need to lube my switches, but I probably need to lube these, and then with some lube, they'll probably feel better. I'm gonna say lube 15 times. But if I lube these up, they'll probably feel better. And I noticed with the tans, when I first, because I got these at the same time, the deep sea and the tan at the same time. And I was like, why does the tan feel kind of like, just something didn't feel as good as the deep sea islets. I think that's what it is. You got to lube your tans up. You know, once you lube your tans, I bet they're smoother. The deep sea islets just fine out the box. So I think if you lube the Hades and they'll feel better, because these two feel almost the same. And the difference is the silent is a 43. So these silent tans are 43s. And the Hades is a 40. So I mean, 40 to 43. You know, it's the Hades is slightly softer because of 40 instead of 43, right? Yeah, it's a 40. So it's slightly softer. But when you're touching them and you're playing with them, he said, I lubed my flagstone sounds like I did my Clicky ones. Fast, you gotta lube your switches, you gotta lube them up, right? But when you're pressing these two and the way they touch and feel, again, there's nothing wrong with the feel. They just feel, and you know what's so funny? Now I think about it, the Kailh Spring Linears, those aren't silent, but the Kailh Spring Linears, I wasn't that much of a fan of those. They feel just like these. It's something like, it's like a chalky feel. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what to describe it as. It just feels like you could feel it like sliding on a rail. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. Like if you like these, you'll be just happy. Like it's just, this is what my hands felt. And my hands weren't that fun. He said, "Oh, this makes so much for being a family show." Facts. I'm trying to be appropriate with all the lubing, but you get the point. I should put the lube on the desk. That way, it's like it fully fits the conversation, right? But it's water. Oh man, I almost spilled the water. So if you're, you know, on the fence of what's, you know, you have a bunch of switches, you're on the fence of what you're gonna do next. The silent tans and the Lofree Hades, they feel almost identical, and the Kailh Spring switches, those three feel almost, and I'll pull them out. It's actually, I gotta put the Specters in here too, because the Specters are right now, I like those a lot. Wait, you know, I found my ghost switches too. And fun fact, if you have different switches at home, these are Lysol containers. Just stick your tubes in the container, and that way it's all like organized. You don't make like a mess everywhere. Here's the Kailh Springs. Okay, Kailh Spring switches. Yeah, yep, I knew it. These spring switches, they're not silent, right? Because oh, my mic might pick that up. You can kind of hear them, but the way they go slide up and down, the way they snap, like I like my switches to, like when I let go, I want to snap back fast, right? They just felt a little, these weren't as snappy to me. That's to me, right? So with that said, where's the right way to put this in here? Y'all can hear my daughter in the background. I'm sorry. She's playing with her friends there, but like I said, I love this thing because I don't have to use the switch pull anymore. Look at that. They just snap right out. This thing is so fantastic. So the spring, yeah, the spring, the tan, and the Lofree Hades, they feel very similar. They're fine. They just feel, I don't know, like they're like kind of chalky. So now back to these other things. The Deep Sea Islet and the Void feel very similar. They're both snappy. They're both super quiet. The only thing is the Void, which is so weird, it has like a little bit of like a, it's not a ting ting ting, it's like a roughly said eyebrows. Ralph's like, oh my god. I know I went a little far, Ralph, I apologize. The Void are super quiet. I don't know if y'all could hear that because I have headphones on. I hope it comes to the mic. It might mute it out. It's probably muting it, but there's like a little bit of a, it's more like a silence. Let me take my headphones out, see if I can explain this better. Deep seas are silent. These are like a very, 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 like I'm extremely, but very, very quiet, like keyboard press. You really don't hear anything. But if you were typing, you just hear something, and maybe it's the spring you're hearing. Like when you hit the bottom, like when you hit bottom with it, right? Yes, sir. When you hit bottom, it's just like it's not even a click. It's just like you hear something, and it's very, very faint, but you hear it. And again, anyone around you probably would not even, like, they might not even notice. I really don't know, but you hear something faint when you hit bottom with this. Bouncy feel, yes, Ralph, like the bouncy feel. For me, there are switches that are bouncier compared to these three. And again, there's nothing wrong with them because I know someone that loves the spring switches. He loves the Kailh spring season switches. And there's like that's everyone's hands. That's why I always really stress when people leave me comments or ask questions. There is no best pad. There is no best switch. There is no best spacing or layout or keycap size. Blah 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 blah. It's what's best for your hands, right? And for the way I play and the way my hands feel and all the other things, right? These three are just not as snappy to my preference. But these voids, I like. I'm going to put these on something. I haven't figured out what to put them in yet, but they're going in something because they feel really good, and they feel just like the Deep Sea Islets, but slightly softer because it is. That's a Hades. Here's the voids. The voids are a 40. The Islets are I can't see, a 45 from what I could tell. Again, my chicken scratch handwriting, right? Just like a doctor, right? When your doctor writes you a note, that's what it looks like. So my chicken scratch handwriting, 45 and 40. So that's what you're feeling. That little bit of a 5-force difference between the Deep Sea Islet's fantastic and the Void fantastic. And again, you will not. The Deep Seas have like a slight thok, but it's so quiet you don't even know what it is. It's just quiet. And the Voids, they just have like it's like a baby faint click sound. I don't know what it is. And you don't feel, there's no bump, there's nothing, because I don't like bumps. It's nice and smooth. It's just when you hit bottom, you're going to hear something. You'll notice it if it's in front of you. Now, moving on. Now we get to the Surfer. Surfer. The White Rain is a 50 force. These are 50, right? Where's my ghost at? My ghosts are here. The ghosts are a 50 force. The ghosts are fantastic. I love the ghost switches. All right. Let's put a ghost in here so I can kind of. What's so funny is I was actually gonna put these in 3D printed pad, but I'm already doing it. So let's keep this ball rolling here. I love this thing. Just lift from different sides. It just snap out of place. That's so nice. They just pop right up. It was so funny. You know who taught me how to do that? The Columbus Sapphire. Like I never would have thought to like wedge my switches. You would think you would bend the pins. When you do this, they just like they just snap right up. It's so nice. This is really good. And it's simple, right? It's like work smarter, not harder. I love it. All right, so here's a ghost switch. And shout out to Yo It's Me Gabe. He sent me some lubed ghost switches last year. Pause. And the lubed switch are even better. But just a standard ghost out the box, they're quiet, they're fat, and you put an O-ring on, like so you put an O-ring on your keycap, and if you don't know what I mean, there's an O-ring. Y'all see that ring right there? I just put it's like a little baby rubber band. It's not a rubber band, it's a ring. You stick it on there, and then when you put the keycap on, it wedges on. An O-ring with a Deep Sea Islet or a ghost, it is practically, I don't want to say, again, I'm not gonna be over exaggerative because it's super silent. I don't want to say like you'd be surprised. It's gonna shock you going from a red with these have O-rings. You can still hear. You can't hear that. This is red with O-rings. You can hear that. Here is a deep sea islet. Here's a ghost. And here's the Lofree void. Again, y'all shouldn't hear any of that because it's so quiet. Now, we got to talk about the surfer. The surfer I like. The surfer feels something like a white rain because it has like a similar thok. But it's kind of a big but. The surfers are loud, and I don't know why. Like, I thought, can I put this keycap on here? I thought the reds were loud. Let me see if y'all can pick this. This is a red. Move the mic out. That's a red. Here's the surfer. And again, I'm hoping that comes through a camera or over the mic. It's not being filtered out. They are smooth. They're snappy. Like I actually, so far, like this. I mean, where's the Specter? The Specter. Where'd the Specters go? Specters are in here. Here is the Specters. Don't fall. Got it. These Specters I like. These Specters are really nice. They're smooth too. And they are similar to a ghost. The Lofrees are very, I mean the Lofree Specter, Lofree Ghost, they are very similar to a ghost. The biggest difference is the ghost is a 50. The Specters are a 40 in force. So there's the ghost, there's the Specter. And the, there's a little softer, but they are so smooth and snappy. I really like those. This out of here. Got it. Now I have a wind engine. Here's a wind engine. These wind engines, like we all know, I'm a huge fan of these wind engines. They're one of the first, like they came after the Ghost, but they were one of the first custom switches I tried outside of Ghost, and they are really smooth. Like I like these wind engines a lot. Okay, now they're in there, so let's see. The Specter feels like a snappier wind engine. I don't know how. Like it's like barely snappier. I don't know what it is, but it just feels a little bit snappier. And again, they feel the same. I'll check their force in a second. Let me see what their force is. Drop some stuff here. Yeah, the Specter is just, they're so snappy, and the wind engines are fantastic. They're light, and so this one comes on the sea like stock, and the few other pads stock. Kyoko, shouts Kyoko, happy Sunday. Yeah, but somehow the Specters are special. Like the Ghost is fantastic, the Specter's fantastic. These two feel so similar. It's just this is a lighter version of this. That's in my opinion. And these two, the Islets and the let me take this off here. I was not planning to turn this pad into my test pad. It was supposed to be a 3D. I was actually thinking about doing it on here. I might just switch it out later and put test switches in here. So what we have here on the table, we have, I should be documenting this to actually help. Looks like candy jar nation. Now a little bit hungry right now. Please, you got me starving over here. The way I'm looking at it right now is the things I use. Like again, I have this is outside of my short travels. Wait, this is some more. Hold on. Because I have some new favorite switches I forgot to mention. We need more spots. All right, so let's take out this guy. Should just take all the keycaps off. I don't know why I'm being so lazy right now. We'll just put this on the hot block screw. We'll put that right there on the hot block. Look at that. It stays right in place. Doesn't come off. Nice and flat. Très magnifique. Très magnifique. Let's take this out of here. Take these reds out of here. I have like a whole bin for the reds. The reds and the crystals, I just chucked those things. I think there's nothing wrong with them. They're just not my favorite switches. All right, so here we go. So now, I forgot to mention ice creams. These ice cream switches. So here's the Taro. The Taro I haven't played with yet, but the regular ice cream, I like these too. These are nice too. See these right here. I forgot which pad I put these on, but I had a good time with them. And like they're so soft, but they're fast. Like when I let go, they just pop right back up. Like I'm holding, I let go, like I'm sliding my finger. Like I'm here, I'm just sliding it down. When I slide, they just snap up. Snappy. Snappy. These, I mean, everything looks snappy when you do it this way. But let's see. You know what's so funny? It's almost like these three are in line together. This is the Kailh ice cream, the Lofree Specter, and the Ghost. They feel in line because their force is different. These are a 40. Specter is a 40. Oh, that's why they feel so similar. So I wonder if the ice cream is Kailh's like default version of the Specter. I wonder. Because they're really nice. I mean, the Specter's a little snappier, I think. I can't tell. I need a whole full pad. It's like when you start losing, that's when you start learning what you don't like. Because when I put the Kailh Spring Seasons in, I was like, oh, they feel fine. And then I started playing with them. I started getting my butt kicked. And I was like, what is going on here? And I switch pads. I start winning again. It's the switches. It's the switches. It's not me. It's the switch. All right, you start calling. It ain't me. It's the switch. Now here's the ice cream Taro. The Taro are even lighter, like a 37 force. Get those reds out of here. So here is the Kailh, the ice cream Taros. Yeah, they feel very similar, but I forgot what it. There's something about the Taro I just wasn't feeling when I did it, so I haven't put them back in. I don't have enough pads at this point. I don't have enough controllers to fit them. But there's another one I'm gonna mention here that I don't want to forget. By the way, just realized about Asian Switch. Luckily, you don't use chopsticks in your leverless to remove this. Can you use chopsticks? So I have chopsticks downstairs. I never even thought to try it. Wait a minute. Can you just wedge a chopstick in here? Just snap. I bet you could. Because this, well, this is flat. Now you got me thinking. I bet you I could just like put a chopstick here. You just go, just wedge in a circle. I bet you could. Anyway, I digress. Here's the Tikitaka short travels. We're not talking short travels right now, so I'll put that to the side for a reason. These are the Tikitaka Panda V1s, the Panda V1. These are the softest switches I have. These are 30 force. These things are surprisingly nice. I never would have guessed because they're so soft. I was like, wow, I figured they'd be too soft. Whatever spring they put in here, it is so snappy. Like if you have a plastic pad and you want like a softer force but still snappy, these things feel really nice. You said just Joe stereotypes because I'm Asian. Shout out to Ralph Lee. Ralph's out got me looking crazy. All of my fans of Asia looking at me like, wait, bruh. I didn't make the joke. Ralph Lee did, not me. Oh my goodness. Ralph's got me looking crazy out here. So these, and now I'm kind of like messing around with all the different ones. They don't feel the same, just I'm doing it like this. On my P12, the black, I put these on all of it. These feel really nice in the P12 black. I don't know what it is about Tikitaka Panda V1s. They just feel snappy and smooth and soft. And if you like to slide, because they give, so the spring is so soft, they give more. So like they won't fight you in the slide motion. They slide the best. Now, did I cover, what am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. So we have a Surfer. Surfer is right here because they're loud. Surfer, White Rain, Taro Ice Cream, Kailh Silent Tans, the Hades, the Ghost, the Wind Engine, the Void, Ice Cream, Lofree Specter, Deep Sea Islet, the Spring, Panda V1. I feel like I missed something. I don't know what it is, but we'll move on. We'll move on. I know I missed something, but I can't think of what it is. Let me see here. Let me grab the short travels. I'll kind of like bring it all in here. And again, when I say I have switches that like I have that I don't like, the reds that I don't use in the crystals, here's the bin. Y'all been seeing the little skinny Lysol bin? Here's a standard Lysol bin, just with reds and crystals in it. That's just reds and crystals, and the moisture packs. And again, fun fact: any packages you guys get in the mail, throw these moisture packs inside all your Tikitaka. All these have moisture packs. Don't throw them in the trash. Make use of them. Like reuse, recycle, whatever the phrase is. Use that phrase to redo it. But this is all reds and crystals. And again, there's nothing wrong with crystals. There's nothing wrong with reds. They're fantastic. These crystals just have light so good. I just don't like the feel of reds and crystals. They're not snappy enough for me. I've evolved. I've evolved as a player. I've evolved. I can't do it anymore. But if I didn't know any better, they played just fine. If you didn't know, you enjoy them just fine. But I know, so I'm not dealing with it. The Junior Vice, what's my favorite? My favorite Switch right now. What is my favorite Switch right now? Hold on, I'm trying to like miss something here. My favorite Switch right now. I don't have I can tell you the ones I like the most, because I don't have a favorite. I have like a top 10 in my head I can think of, but none are favorites. Let's kind of dive in. Oh, wait, I forgot. I'm sorry. I told you I would mention this and I forgot. These kids are stealing my youth. Short travel, we're gonna get some honorable mentions to short travels. Let's see. Oh, Ralph. All right, I'll be in the spectator mode. No, Ralph, stay in the conversation. You're actually helping. This is actually funny. Ralph's like, no more jokes. Bring the jokes, Ralph. You make it easy. Like, definitely bring the jokes. It makes the conversation fun. I was talking about me, like that I'm like reciting your joke, getting myself in trouble. But yeah, definitely make the jokes. It's fun. Where was that? Code, shout out to Code. Happy Sunday, Code. What are the new short? Oh, I was just getting the short travel. Code is like Field Reporter Code, Field Reporter Wolf. They are right on it. Field Reporter Sin, they're on it. So here are the short travels I have, but we got to have an honorable mention of something that's coming. Right here. Here we go. I might still have the picture up. Do I still have it up from last week? Because I am a tab hoarder. Like, I don't close anything. Okay, there's the Sakers. Did I close it? I think I closed it. Okay, I'll just find it real quick. Where is that switch at? Oh, it's gone. Okay, I gotta find the name because I closed it. This is why I don't close my tabs, because then oh, right there, boom, found it. This is the new one code, and the things are insane right now. But they're gonna the Sacred Falcons were crazy when they first came out too, so these will definitely come down. But these are the new. They were called. So what's funny is, MB Wolf is in Europe, and I want to say England. And again, my brain's slipping because I'm doing too many things. You guys try streaming and talking and make a joke at the same time. See if your brain stays. So Wolf, don't get mad at me. Shout out to Wolf. Wolf is in Europe and the EU, and I need some water. And he dropped these in Discord. And we were like, and it's so funny as me and Orville and everyone else were like, I think Sin too. We started looking for like, oh wow, they were called black kites in Europe. We couldn't find them anywhere. And we're like, what is this? These are silent short travel switches. See the rings right there on the sides? That makes them silent. And they are a 40 force. I want to say, I think it's a 40. Yeah, 40. They're 40 force. So I can't wait for these to, like, they're already out now. But again, the price, like if you want it 70, that's basically $1 some change to switch. That's a bit absurd. They'll come in, they'll drop in half because the Sacred Falcons right now, where's the Sacred Falcons at? Right there. These things are $5 for 20, right? 5 for 20. These are $30 for 20. Right, so this is definitely going to drop by a grand scale when they officially come out. I think they just kind of announced it too early and they're not ready for full production yet. I think that's what happened. And this vendor, however this vendor got them, they start selling them. So I would imagine probably by January they'll be officially out and they'll have the real name, because even this name, was it Mo Yuan Loshaft? I don't think that's the real like name. This may be, again, I don't speak Mandarin or Cantonese. This may be the Chinese name for these switches, like the nickname. But I think once they come, because I'm looking at the symbols look Chinese to me, because Japanese don't have as many characters usually, and the way they're shaped, I'm almost guaranteed that's Chinese, like Cantonese or Mandarin. But yeah, once they get full worldwide release, there should be definitely like, probably a third the price. I can't wait for those. And again, I'm sorry I'm losing my voice. So I say that to say, make sure y'all can see, I have to mention my short travels, because depending on the pad I'm using in the game I'm playing, the two short travels I like, I have three, but the two I like the most. So I currently have 3 short travel switches. Let me scope a little bit because I missed some things here. Arca, shout out to Arca. Happy Sunday, Arca. Thank you for the menu video. No problem. Glad it helped. And Arca, I dropped the part 3, which was the profile swapper. I hope you caught that one too. So that one is, again, back to turbo. You heard turbo. I can't talk. You hold turbo and you press. This is what's interesting about GP20. Your mind tells you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. So anyway, I put previous profile, next profile, reboot. So I'll hold turbo and I can switch to Tekken 8 profile, Street Fighter. You're like, well, why would you do that? With a pad like this, the way I play Tekken, see how my thumb is right here? My thumb does this button for me. So I'm kind of playing like this, but it's sideways. So in my videos, like older videos, everyone will notice that the keycap's missing or this is taped down. You see something weird about this switch in particular, because I always just pulled it out because it would get on my nerves. Now I can change profiles. I'll hold turbo and I'll swap the Tekken profile, and then it just turns this off. So I can leave it in, I don't have to do anything. It just turns the switch off. And then I go to this side, I'll circle through, and I have a Street Fighter profile. And now this button is like here, this button's here, it's somewhere. But again, that video shows you how to remap your buttons, change your profiles, and all the things. That kind of wraps up the things I've been doing for the past year. It shows you all that stuff. So I hope you caught that one too. So the quick start guide's 101, the menu systems 102, and then the custom layouts and how profile swapping this version is 103. Excuse me, 103. Again, forget my voice. I think my voice is going out. I'm in Texas, so the allergies are just like whatever. Sin, shout out to Sin. I only ever put the Sakers on my Mavercade. Oh wait, so speaking of that, so now we're talking about short travel. So I'm looking forward to the 4th short travel. Right now I have 3. I have the Shadow Hunting from Hot 42 COSMOX. These are fantastic. I love these Shadow Huntings are fantastic. And they're smoky color. These are really good switches. They are, if you put them on a metal pad, which is the way I like to use them, they will be loud. FYI. Okay, so FYI, they will be loud. That's just because. And I do not use O-rings on my short travel switches. Why? I guess I don't like, because it makes them even shorter, and I haven't gotten used to that feel yet, so I just deal with the sound and I just use them and I kick butt. And then I win, right? This here is the Saker Falcons. These are fantastic. These Saker Falcons are really nice. Which one is better? Neither is better. I'm probably leaning here just because it's in front of me, but neither is truly better than the other. Then we have the Tikitaka Panda V2s. Okay, the Panda V2s, they're fine. And it has a plus on it. As a fun fact also, I learned this from Yoas McGabe. Take a permanent marker and just dab the top of your switch whenever you lube them. Like, he dabbed his on the bottom. I thought that was super smart. But the problem is I have to take the switch out to know if it's lubed or not. Right? Pause. Right? If I lube my switch, I don't know. Let's get more lube. So I dab the top and the bottom. So I know when I take the keycap off, oh, these are my lube switches. And then when it's sitting in the box, oh, these are my lube switches. You see what I'm saying? So FYI, take a silver, red, or blue permanent marker and just like circle, and then throw it in the, when you're done lubing it, just throw it right in the container. And that way you'll always know your lube switches from your unlubed switches. And then you can use the lube stuff to lube it up. I told you it's going to be a lubey stream. I'll give you a second. I got something to say about these. Give me a second. The shadow hunting are normally more than fine. Facts. I did the Sakers because they went with the color thing. Yes, and the Sakers, these are technically cheaper too. Just like the Ghosts to the wind engine or the Lofree to the wind engine. They feel the same. It's just the Lofree is a little bit cheaper because I think they manufacture more because they have keyboards. So they manufacture more switch. They can sell you 30 for 20, whereas these are usually 20 for 20, like something like that. Ralph, there's always weird naming discrepancies with switching and facts. Yeah, I thought that was Chinese. Thanks, Ralph. I thought that was Chinese alphabet. It looked like it to me. And the way I can generally tell, again, this does sound crazy. With Korean writing, I forgot the word for it, but Korean writing, there's more circles. So I can almost spot a Korean, like, a character from a mile away. Chinese characters, Cantonese, Mandarin, I don't know which is which, but the way I generally look at them, they usually have more lines. For whatever reason, it's just more to the characters, like it's more involved. Japanese tend to be more like aggressive looking, like more straight lines, more swipes, like very precise. Like, I don't know why. From an outsider looking in, that's how I could tell the difference. Evoke, shout out to Evoke. Happy Sunday, Evoke. Never thought to put switches in little Ouija. Evoke's like, I could put my switches in, take it out, take a whiff, and then do my match. Evolution, brother, evolution. Shout out to Evolve. Oh, y'all can't hear, my thing is turned down, so I'm playing music. But that's a yes server, Evolve. Evolve is out here trying to get his spliff and his switches in one pack. Now, mind you, I do Lysol, I do dish soap and like clean all these containers out. I let them dry overnight, and then I throw the switches in there. That way there's no moisture and all that stuff. And then I put the moisture pack. Like, there's moisture packs in all these switches. It's this one here. And it's also the foam. A lot of vendors are sending foam now. I think the foam is a moisture pack also. Just cut your foam from the boxes with your controllers. Cut a piece of foam out. Cut a piece of foam and just throw it in your switch container if you don't have any of those little bag things. He said we chart. Oh my god. Send pad looking like a Switch demo at that GC booth. It really does. It really does. All the colors. It really does. It's so funny. Arc, I ordered the shadow huntings and they were pink for some reason. Your shadow huntings were pink? Okay. Fun fact, I'm colorblind, so to my eyes, I'm sure the chat will chime in. And again, I'm going through, they may have already commented, but anyway. The shadow hunting for my eyes are a black and gray. This looks gray to me with like a smoky, there's like a see-through black with a black base. This is a black base, a clear black top with a smoky gray black color stem. And again, I am colorblind, so bear with me, right? The Saker Falcons, these to me are pink. I think it's pink on top, pink on bottom, and then a clear pink. So you might have got the Saker Falcons. And again, somebody may have already comment before I say it, but again, I'm colorblind. So that's what I see when I look at these two. And I have to talk about these Tikitakas in a second too. Evolve. Keychain, low profile, banana and mint. Keychain? What does that mean? Keychain. I think, are you saying Keychron? I'm not sure. Low profile, banana and mint. I think he's talking about. I know. Yeah, I saw the Keychron low profile banana and mint. I think, but Keychron I thought uses Gatorons because I have. Where's my? I have Gatoron switches up here somewhere. I just took them off my desk. Yeah, they're right here. I have Kasumi Gatorons I want to bring up in a second too. I think that you might be talking about Gatorons Evolve. I'm not sure. I see. I feel like I know what you're getting at because I have a. There's my Keychron keyboard is downstairs, but I have a Keychron low profile keyboard. Those are Gatorons. So I wonder if you're talking about the Gatoron yellows, the bananas of mint. Go. I can't see. Can't see. Go back. Okay. I've used that. Yeah, I've gotten used to that fact. Yeah, Keychron. What is the name color? The gray one earlier. I'm gonna. What is the color? So Ralph, I'm gonna put this here and I'll number it. Watch me forget. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How can I number this? So I'm getting confused. Okay, look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is a bad idea. 1 is on the top. This is 1. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Which number are you asking me about? Because I think you're asking about this one, number 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you're asking about number 5, but or this is greater than me too. 5, 6, 7, 8. You might be asking about 8 also, and this is 9, 10, 11, 12. This might be 12. I think you're talking about this one here is the Lofree Specter, fantastic switch. This one here is the Lofree Void, silent, fantastic switch, and this is the Hades. The Hades is fine, but it's just these three are not my. They're not my favorites. I probably won't. I'm not gonna really stress these three. And I'll rename what I'm looking at here in a second. Volume looks cracking out. Revolutioner. I can't read it. Revolutioner jar. I got it. I missed that one, Ralph. Evolve. You got moisture packs in there. It's Evolve's cracking up, but I'm weird. I like to like once I like something. Almost don't use it. I want to take care of it. Like, okay, let me put this. This is my favorite thing. I'll put it over here where no one touches it. It's like it's perfectly taken care of. So yeah, I'm crazy like that. That's just me. But also it's recycling, right? You know you have the packs. Like even here, this is like my pack full of like junk, like extra things I'm like working on or taking apart, so I don't lose them. Like this pad here doesn't have all the screws in it. Excuse me. So I'll put them in like a tiny Ziploc bag, the ones that come with your stuff, and I'll throw them here and I'll label it. So like this is the Kailh keys. All the screws of the Kailh keys, they're right here, so I can always find them. But again, there's a moisture pack in here because why not? They come in the box. Like why throw them away? So yep, Evolve's cracking up. You actually learned some Evolve. Joke's on you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Evolve. You got which are the one Arca? Which ones are the ones you're holding there? The pink and blue. Okay, so I think you were talking about these. These are the Kailh Sacred Falcons. These are short travel. These are really nice. I like these. They're really nice switches. And again, I have these on metal pads right now. I don't know if I have these on any of my acrylics. I know they're not on my plastics, but what I mean is the base will feel different. So depending on the base of your pad, it can affect the way your switch snaps back at you. Like because I mash. When I'm playing, I mash hard. So when I'm mashing, like the acrylic pads tend to absorb the impact. So I can like this pad here, I can push really hard when I'm playing with this because the sandwich, I don't know why or how, but it absorbs all your impact. But the result is a favorite switch you like will feel different on here. It may not give back to you because it just hits bottom different. I don't know how to explain it. I could, it's probably all in my head too, but I could feel it. Whereas the metal pads, those are the snappiest pads. Any pad with a metal base, they just, they're a little louder, but man, they're so snappy. It could be in my head, but that's how I feel when I'm playing. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, okay, so you got Sacred Falcons, yeah. And the Sacred Falcons are... where you at? Sacred Falcons are... Let me take this real quick. Where are the Sacred Falcons? It's right here, boom. Sacred Falcons, here's the wind engine, and the shadow hunting is... Where are the shadows? Where's the shadows? Where are the shadows? Sure. So here's Lofree, their elements. Where's shadow hunting? Where's shadow hunting? Where's shadow hunting? I probably have to type it in, but because Lofree, because their keyboards, they kill the game. They have really good switch prices, and they make really good switches. Ugh, I spelled that wrong. Shadow. There it is, boom. So short travel, shadow hunting, Kailh, and then we look at the price, right? So again, I'm not logged in. This is not the real price. Oh, that's right. There's tariffs now. I forgot about the tariffs. Back in my day, in May of 2025 or January 2025, you can get a Hot 42 COSMOX switch for, you would get 20 for $20. It'd be 15 on sale all the time. See 20 pieces right here? And it was usually like $15, I guarantee. So these are about the same price, but then you would get a Lofree and you would get 30 pieces for $20. Like, see, it's $8 right here, and these are $7. Like, this is not right, because usually, but again, you're getting 10 more for roughly the same price, and that's where Lofree is really nice. And so the Sacred Falcons, this is a pack of 20 for 8, a pack of 30 is 6. You know, and they do feel slightly different, but you know, it's either. Why is this here? Get out of here. Where's this at? And these, that's why I know these are going to drop in price. There's no way these are $15. It's just not. They'll drop down to like this price. Because for 10 of these, it's 99 cents, which is, again, I'm not logged in. It's $10. It says $10 for, and this should be 20. Yeah, that's not right. So it's like $15 too high. I'm sorry. So here's the name, and the one, like, so the ones you have, get out the way, AliExpress, or Saker. These are Saker, the Kailh Saker Falcons. Yeah. Yep. See here, pink, blue, evolved. That's the one I use for my Razor Kitsune. The Kikron. Oh, I know what you're talking about. So you're using these for your Kitsune because they're Kikrons. I got you. Keychron replace switches right here. Keychron optical. Because I replaced mine with blacks. Here you go, right here, boom. So the blacks right here. This is what I have in my Speedy Labs Light Fox and my Razor Kitsune. I'm running the I can't talk. I'm running the Keychron blacks because they come with the reds, and the reds to me felt just like the Kailh reds. They feel a little rattly, a little mushy. I didn't like the feel. But when I put the blacks on there, they're just this is a firmer linear spring. Here's the chart here. Boom. Here's the chart. So here is, boom, red and black. The reds are 40s, the blacks are 50s. They're both quiet and all that stuff because they are very quiet. But the blacks and I also put an O-ring under my keycap, and the blacks just feel so much better to the way I like to play. They feel so much better to me. Way snappier. They made the Kitsune feel like night and day for me. If you have recommendations for switches for I just told you, I'll check these out. Boom, I just called you up. So, and again, here, if you go to my Kitsune video, I have a link in the description. I can't find it, but in the description, there's an Amazon store that sells these, and that's where I got mine from. I got mine from Amazon. Get back up. But yeah, there's on Amazon, because I have a link in the description of the video. Amazon. Boom, right there. You'll find it in here. Again, if you just check the video, my review, it's in the description. Because this is like a headache. I'm already getting a headache looking at this. We all know how Googling can be in the modern world. You're looking and this doesn't come up. Yes, sir. Yeah, Ralph. Okay, perfect. Ralph's got it. No, it's real. Acrylic eats. Okay, boom. So, you know, I could call it again. I got to tell these Tikitakas. The acrylic, right? Eats, and again, that's a good thing where certain switches will just feel better. That's probably like the Ghost switch. A Ghost, even though the force is a 50, when you're playing on these, it's super quiet with an O-ring. Super quiet, and they're just snappy. Like even my dual pads have Ghosts. Like I have a lot of pads with these just because this is my early switch. But yeah, it's now there's more switches coming out. And Lofree. What's funny is you look at the list. Hot 42 switch, Kailh, Tikitaka, Kailh, Lofree. Lofree starting to gain traction on new switches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Lofree switches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Kailh switches and 1 hot for 2 switch. Right, so it's like Lofree is definitely, you know, it's, you know, change the game up. And what's nice is certain switches that Lofree makes, Kailh will make a more general alternative to their switch. What it feels like to me. I could be wrong. That's what I'm feeling. So like here, I would not be surprised if Lofree makes a short travel. Whoa! If Lofree makes a short travel switch, they're gonna shut the club down. They're gonna shut the club down for sure. Tikitaka, the Panda V2s. Again, you see that I have my plus sign, my loop mark, and my loop mark on the bottom. When I loop these, they feel better. They're just after a lot more time with them. And then once I got these, because these came first, these came in like March or February, and the shadow hunting came out, I don't remember, we'll say April. These came out in May, like I don't remember, right? But the point is, it was like first, second, third for release date. Okay, so when I got these, they felt great. They were short, they're smooth, like they're fun. But once I felt the shadow hunting, and then I felt the Sticker Falcons, I was like, oh, there's nothing wrong with these. But these Tikitakas feel a lot like the Tan Silent. Well, no, they're a little different. They feel like the spring switches, the Kailh spring linears, and the Tikitaka short travel Panda V2s. They feel very similar, right? And even the Hades, yeah, they feel like the Hades. They feel something like a Lofree Hades too, as far as like, it's just like a chalkier feel. I don't know how to explain it. It's not rough. It just feels different. And here's the Gateron Kisume switches, right? These come on the Tikitaka pads. I probably need to lube these because they have a similar kind of like a, it just, I say chalk, it feels like if you're rubbing plastic on plastic. That's the best way I can explain it. So you could feel the rub. Pause? Yeah, maybe a pause. You could feel the rubbing, right? So again, and it's not like, no one would notice this. Only reason I notice is because I have so many switches and I've had so much experience. I can feel when something's different. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's not bad. It's just different. So no, it's the acrylics. Eat some of the impact 100%, and metal pads push back to you. That's push back on you. Exactly. Fingers get sore at the long play session on metal pads from all the impacts. That could be true too. On the metal pads, your hands can feel they can't feel the more worn out. That is true. I could definitely see that. Yeah, I can see that. I've never played a metal pad and like gotten fatigued, but maybe I just didn't know it, because you're making a good point, Arca. You're spot on. You're spot on. And then I'll say this, it depends on the switch, because even with acrylic, if you're using a switch that your fingers don't like on the acrylic, like say they're too soft with the spring, when I play with the spring on acrylic, maybe I need to put these on metal or something, or plastic, because when I play with them on acrylic, my fingers get worn out. They just get tired. Like I feel like it's not responding, and I get annoyed. So maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that's shout to Arca. That's a good point, Arca. Roughly, not the switch, but the gray or white leather samurai. What's the name? What's the gray or white leverless samurai? Oh, gotcha. This is the dual pad C12. This pad here, if we could still find it, it has a power port in the top, the boot cell buttons right there. It has nothing around the sides. It is 3D printed, but you don't feel it, right? Rubber grip comes pre-installed. It's compact, so it's about the same size as the S, right? This pad here, it comes with a screwdriver, like this particular head. You could take these off, right? And you take the top off acrylic, and you can change the artwork to whatever you want. I never changed this because I thought it looks cool, so I just left it on there. It comes with red switches, a screen, and all your buttons. So there's no pass-through port. You just put the cord to any adapter, and you just play. The good thing about this pad is it used to be like 25, 30 bucks. Like fantastic. For people that, I used to recommend this to everybody that like didn't know if they liked Leverless or were curious but were nervous. You get this. If you don't like it, you can just get rid of it for 10 bucks. You sell it to your friend for $10, they wouldn't care. The S series was like an upgraded version to this, where you could do artwork on the top and the bottom. You have your pass-through port on the side, so all the extra feet, bells and whistles, right? But I think the dual pad C12 might be gone now. I think when the tariffs started, I think they stopped manufacturing them. The tariffs have affected a lot of things. Oh, it's right here. Boom. $130. What? This can't be real. Because this thing that's $100 increase. That is impossible. That's impossible. Let's go down. Where's DualPad's official store? Yeah, see, this is not DualPad. This is somebody else. So I think the C12s may have sold out. Oh, boom, right here. $42. That seems more reasonable for the tariff. Yeah, official dual pad store. Yep. Yeah, the Zen. See, the way the price has been affected by these tariffs. And I need to get this dual pad versus video. I have a video I wanted to make just going through the full dual pad lineup, because like they have these older pads, these Sally boxes, and these different 3D printed pads, and all those work just fine. But dual pads lineup has gotten so good now. I would tell you not to buy any of those. I would tell you buy the Zen or buy the A16. So you would buy something like this, or the Zen Pro. I'm trying to highlight it, like the Zen Pro right here, something like this. Those 3 pads are fantastic. And they're only $50. So it's like you could pay $50 for A16 full size pad, tight space. You could take the keycaps off, put smaller keycaps, and it'll feel just like the C12. And it's full acrylic, it's full size, fits on your lap. Where'd the C12 go? C12, where'd you go? I'll come back. The C12 is right here, right? Go up. So this is $42. $10 more. You can get this pad. Click the link, please. Right, so I would say just buy this. Just don't get the EPIG. Do not buy this. The V1 switches, don't buy these. They always break. Just don't deal with them. Get the Cross Edition. This comes with V2 switches, and you'll be happy. You get all the buttons. So you know, if you're new and you're on a budget, all different things, you get a $10 coupon right here, $10 off, all that stuff. And then if you like tight spacing, like this one's $49. Like the Zen is, this is like. You can buy this for $42, or for $6 more, get the Zen. Just get the Zen. The Zen's better. It's hands down better. And it comes with better switches out the box. It comes with white rains on the clear and ghost on the black. So so that's where, and again, this came out last year. So at the time, this was the perfect starter pad, and then this was the perfect upgrade starter pad. But now the market, in the past year, there's been so many pads that these two are still great. Even though the 3D print I saw the 3D print on my shelf, but there's nothing wrong with them. The review stands true, but it's just like the market has grown so much. You wouldn't want those 3D printed pads. The one that was not, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this one. You wouldn't want like something like this. This thing used to be $20. Well, not this one. It has no screen. Where's it at? This one right here. Boom. This used to be, this was that pad. This is similar to what I started on, something just like this. It didn't have so many buttons, but it was something just like this. I would tell you not to buy these anymore, because the dual pad C12, like there's so many pads in the past year and a half that have come out that do the exact same thing and feel better. The switches feel tighter. Like everything just feels, this is a prototype that was good when it came out, but now things have evolved. You don't want to deal with this anymore. Let me see here. Really, blacks are better. I think the mint. Oh, there you go. So you're right. So, and that's what I like about talking about the switch things. There is no best switch. I'm just talking about my hands. Like, so the mint's right here. These are so these are a tactile because they're gentle. Wait. Early bumps. Yes, they're tactile. So you like a tactile feel, like a standard keyboard, and that's good. That in the 467, like, I'm not saying the blacks are the best. Like, I make sure I have to like preface how I say things, because I don't want people to hear it the wrong way. There is no best pad. There is no best switch. These are just things that how I play. I prefer the linear style. So like the tactile, the clicky, there's nothing wrong with those switches. They play just fine. Like you said, you love the mint. That's an early bump. That's a slight tactile feel with a 674. So it's like a high force and tactile. I'm glad you found what works for you. And that, again, the biggest thing for me is, can you make your pad feel the best you want? And you start winning. I want everyone to win. So make sure anyone else, I know you understand I'm saying evolve, but evoke. But anyone else, you need to understand that I'm not bashing or like downplaying a switch, saying this one's worse than that. Is not what I'm saying. And boom, you got the banana too. So both of those are tactile. So there you go. Boom. So for you would probably like the Lofree Phantom. If you had like a regular pad, or not regular, but you have like a standard pad, you would probably like the Lofree Phantoms, or the other ones from Lofree. They have another Phantom switch. I forgot what it's called. I know tactile switch. I forgot the name, but they have different ones. Or you might even like the High Mountains. Those are clicky, but you might like those too. But yeah, shout out to Evo. Yeah. I'll get some of those. Yeah, and again, I like the smooth linear. If you like that bump, stick to your mints. Yeah, don't switch. But that's just how I like I just like the smooth because I have the high mountains, I have the wizards. Both those are clickies. I just don't like that thump before I play. Like when I move, I want to move. I don't want like go force, go force. That's just not how I like to play personally. Switch oddies is where I get my switch oddies. I can check that out. I gotta pick some on payday. Wolf, ice creams feel good on metal pads. Like a metal. Yes, the ice creams are fantastic. That's where I put those. Are in my end light. Shout out to Wolf. They're right here. I'll show you. Where did I put those things? Yeah, they're right here. The ice creams. Whoops. These ice creams on this M light, they are so smooth and snappy. Like I don't know why. They feel good. They feel good. And now again, I have more things to test because they're right here. The Specters. Oh, these Specters are so nice too. I like those. And then these Surfers. The Specter to the Surfer. The Surfer. I'm excited to really get into the Surfer. Only thing is they are a little bit louder. And that's on, I put them on the T and acrylic pad, and they were a little bit loud. Then again, I don't want to like be extreme about it. They're not as loud as a Clicky switch, but compared to everything else, you hear them. I'll put it that way. You hear them because the reds are pretty loud too. The reds are not quiet. Let me go down. Arca, do you have any Hall effect magnet switch pads? I don't. So I don't have any Hall effect pads yet, but I have the Vermillo FK2, which is induction. So I know they're not the same thing, but you know what I'm saying. Like that's the closest thing I have yet. And personally, I think that in 2026, I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot more Hall effect and different things coming out then. And I think Hot 42 is going to drop a bomb on the game because they tend to do that. Hot 42 and COSMOX, they're real good about like new tech. Let's try to make it work. They will find a way. So will it happen? I don't know. Don't quote me. I'm not talking behind the scenes about this stuff, but I just would not be surprised if they did. I'll put, you know. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what comes next year. See, Evo, any tips on how to replace switches properly? Sometimes I still get some loose ones. I gotta be doing something wrong. So a couple things I'm starting to learn now with different pad manufacturers. The way Hot 42 does theirs, I have to give them credit. Hope this shows up on camera. There's a square right here in the middle, and you probably can't see that. There's like a layer here. So the switches actually snap in. And it seems like a dumb thing to mention, but there's certain pads when I put the switches in, like here's the Starburst right from Brooks. And the Starburst, I have, what am I running on this pad? This pad has Shadow Hunting. Okay, so Shadow Hunting must have been like, I must just got those in when I was testing this. I might take those, I might take them out and put the Specters. Anyway, just try it out. But on this pad in particular, the switches don't click in. I think the Maverick, there's certain pads I have where they don't click in. They just fall in place, and they don't move, they just fall in place. But I don't know how to explain it. It's, if you're putting them in wrong or taking them out wrong, hey Google, stop. I lost my train of thought. What was your question? Any tips on how to replace switches properly? The biggest thing is just taking your time, because I would imagine maybe you're putting it in, you're ready to click it in. Well, you're on the Keychron. The Keychrons are super fast. You're in the that one's really fast. You just kind of line up, just drop it in there. But anything with a Kailh with like teeth, best advice I would give is just kind of like, just take your time, which I mean, I'm giving you the obvious, but it's what it is. And when you line it up, then pop them in, because we've all bent switches. I think this one's bent. I have a few like in a bag that were bent, but if you have bent ones, don't throw them away, because you have a switch opener, which I have some 3D printed ones. You could pop the top off and you can start blending the parts. And that's what I did. So I actually put some switches back together by pulling a spring here, a tooth there. Yeah, go for it. Mixing things up, and then I was able to put it back together. So I hope that makes sense what I'm trying to say. And then when it comes to getting them off, I have two removers I like the most. This came in with the M Ultra Gen 2, and when it was in the box, I was like, what is this thing? But then I figured out what it was, because it has those shadow hunting, the short travel, the keycaps. You can't just use this to get them off. You need something to wedge in there and like snap them out. Once I figured out how to use this thing, all you do is just put it in here, you just bend back, it just snaps. Bend, snap, bend, snap, bend, and they'll just loosen, and it'll pop out. And the one that taught me how to do that was the Quamba Sapphire. The Quamba Sapphire is like, if you like MX switches, that pad is fantastic to having everything in the box. You just use it. It was like, so it showed me like, just use the tool to crack everything open. It just works. So I don't like beating that horse, but yeah, it's if you don't have that, this one is the next best. This is usually my favorite. This is like it's still one of my favorites. Anyway. It has the wires on the sides, right? Use just one. You don't need both. Just use one side, because it's for keyboards. You stick your keyboard switch. Knock stuff over here. You take this, and this gets your keycaps off, right? But for a controller, you only need one side. Just put one side under, wiggle, go around in a circle, and it'll pop right off. Because when it's new from the factory, everything is super tight, right? And then use this side to just get in here, and you'll find the sweet spot. There's a side where it hooks on. There's a side where it doesn't hook, and you'll just hold it and just wiggle side to side and lift up, but don't wiggle too much, because you may bend I bent the insert. These little pins here, I bent the insides before doing it too many times with the pad. I forget what pad I used, but I was being too aggressive. I was just like wiggling, ripping it out, and yeah, I forgot what happened with all that. But just pinch, wiggle, pop, it comes right out. And again, if it's the first time doing it, it's going to be hard, because every pad from the factory, the switches and the keycaps are on super tight, and the switches are in super tight. So kind of like, just be prepared to take your time. Just use steady force, wiggle, and it'll pop right off. Dual pad, once seeing this, okay. Dual pad, seeing the spacing of the keycaps like that reminds you of special distance during the COVID era. Yeah, dual pad, dual pad is known for having tight spacing. So when people ask me for things like they want a tighter space pad, I put them on the Zen or the A16, and you're pretty much set, because they are good about having that tight space for folks that like that feel. And funny, speaking of Ralph Lee, a lot of times folks from the Asian market, they like that tighter spacing. So it's like right up your alley where you'll like that feel on those pads. And the S16 is actually really tight too. It's a compact base, so like when I test this out, I put a Tupperware lid under, because my hand's too big. I can't play this on my lap, so I'll put a lid under it, play on my lap, and I could play and all that good stuff, you know. Quite far in my opinion, because I tried C16S. I missed it. That was 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry, I missed that one. Wolf, there's a drought of mixed box layout pads right now. Yeah, I'm stockpiling DOIOs. 01s in the hope another manufacturer releases something. Yeah, DOIO is fantastic about coming up with multiple variants. Just from the experience we're learning is that when you want a DOIO, if you find one you like, make sure you order from AliExpress. Like, don't really mess with their websites. They'll take a while to ship to you. They could take like a month to even ship out to you or more. Evoke, don't worry, I'm working on getting all the Keychron optical low pros. So he's on it. Just want to see which problem. Yeah, and so to me, it sounds you like the tactiles, and it sounds like you like high force and tactile. So I hope the blacks feel good to you. If they don't, I get why. I should find that link, because I can just show you. If I had I'll find the link and I'll show you real quick. I have it right here, because they're on Amazon. Where is Razer? Razer in my list here. Replacement switches. Where are you? Where are you? Right there, boom, found it. I found it. Okay, give me a second. Copy text. Oh, take all this out of here. Here they are. Oh, unavailable. Dang it. Okay, so that's why I couldn't find it. Okay, well, I take that back then. I'll take that back. I'm sure you can, and you'll go down the rabbit hole, you'll find them. Like, I'm sure you'll find them, but Yeah, that kind of sucks. And again, I've based a lot on tariffs. After the tariff hit, a lot of things behind the scenes. Like when I talk to vendors behind the scenes, things are definitely shifting and changing and slowing down. There's different weird things are kind of going on because they're trying to get their footing right too. So it's kind of weird right now. So I got the black and brown. They snap on fine, but the keycaps get loose. Oh, the keycaps are getting loose mid-match. That is not good. My keycaps fall out. Okay, the Keychron. So what you're seeing is the major brands. So I'm looking across the room. 8-Bit Dough, Wamba, Razer. There's one more that does it too. They tend to put the keycaps with the little clips. It's like the keycaps that most of us are used to are like this. You have your plus sign on the bottom, and that's it, right? It's just a wafer. The brands, all the other brands will put something like this. So you'll see the wafer, but there'll be two little legs sticking down both sides with the hook, like they kind of hook out like this, and they clip onto a rail. And I know what their goal is. When you're playing, you won't lose your keycaps or blah blah blah. What I think happened was when you were taking the keycaps off, the clips might have broken. And the problem is, as far as I know, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, you can't find those keycaps anywhere. So you're kind of like, what do I do, right? So like here's a Razer Kitsune. So there's that. I can't reach it. I think these will fit. Oh, but these are not tight though. I don't know what aftermarket keycaps will. Oh, they don't hold that plus sign. Because what I'm seeing right now is from this limited testing I'm doing right now, it appears to me the plus sign is thicker on a Kailh than it is in the Keychron. Where'd that keycap go? Oh, it's right there. So here is a Kailh. Yeah, it doesn't even want to wedge in. So if your keycaps are flying off, see the little clip right here on the edges on the sides? Maybe your clips came off. I don't have any advice for that. I don't. I have to think about it. I have to think about what you could do to make this stay on. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have any ideas on that one. And the only reason I don't have enough ideas is because the Keychron opticals, well, that's not true. Because I know what you need. I know what you need. These should do it. Where'd I put the controller at? So this is the Speedlab Lightfox. The Speedlab Lightfox uses Keychron optical switches. See, look, same switch. Same exact switch, and these are standard keycaps, right? Here's a 25, same size as the. These are all 23s, but this is a 25, same size as the Razer. So hopefully these are still on sale. I'll try to find the link. I have it in my Discord, but I'll try to find the link and share it with you. These are just keycaps. Okay, don't spill it. Don't spill it. Yeah, boom. They stay on there with no problems. Just like that. They don't look as good. They're stovetops. So I would almost guarantee the Hot 42 black should stay on there too. Here, give me a second. I'll grab some of those. So now you got me thinking, I may be able to customize the look of my Razer. I didn't even think about that. And actually, it'll make the switches feel smoother because, again, the experience I had so far, some of the feel you're getting is that clip rubbing on these arms here. Like it's rubbing up and down the plastic on both sides, and it makes the feel a little different. Like it's not bad. It's just You probably don't even notice. But see that square in the middle? All of that plastic is rubbing on plastic, and it's altering the feel. And again, you may not even notice it. Here's the Hot 42 keycaps. These are, they have a transparent black and a solid black. These are solid blacks. Okay. I might put these on here. And again, I put O-rings, so I hope you can see that. There's an O-ring under my keycap right. Because it also like lowers the impact, and see that little ring on there? Just stick it on there. You just put it on the edge, and when you push it down, it falls into place. What do you know? They fit perfectly. Watch it go flying off in an hour, but well, it shouldn't, because again, my light fox does not fly off. There you go, boom. I need to play with it though, because I don't know. Here's another issue I need to test. See this arm right here? I can't tell, and you can't see it on camera, but I can't tell if this is taller than this bottoming out, right? So if this hit bottom, it's going to loosen the keycap over time. It's going to make the keycap fly off, because there's one right here and one right there. Can y'all see? Is that clear? Right there, boom. This is where they clip in. So if I may put it on 6. Again, I can't tell. But if these don't touch the keycap, you'll be fine. If they do, you may run into a problem, but I don't think you will. And again, if you put the O-ring on there, it might take that. I might take these things off and put those keycaps on. It's gonna feel lighter and smoother. And again, what they did there is super common, right? Here's the 8-bit dough. And when I open this bad boy up, take these off. What do you know? Same thing. See the square in the clip? So you would think you could put these on your kitsune, but you can't. They're a different shape. Like the top is the same, but the depth of the stem, like all the things in here make it different. And there's the Lofree Specters that when I first got these, I put them on here and it feels fantastic on this pad. Right, but yeah. I think that's what it was. I tried on here. You might be able to see it on this one. See the arms here on both sides that hold the keycap in place? They are higher than the switch. So when I tried aftermarket, but as soon as you push down, these arms just pop the keycap off. So I was like, oh, I can't use that. That's kind of sucked. But the Razor, I just never tried different keycaps at the time. Maybe I should. We're dropping everything. Drop it again. Okay, I dropped everything. They snap in. Yeah, gotcha. Wow, the crowbar sure move like. Yeah, this thing's fantastic. I wish the left side buttons were spaced out from the right. What's the biggest, widest pad you use so far? You want it like a split layout? Mavericade, Tikitaka, and actually Galkeys is a new one. Galkeys has this coming out, and this should be coming, I think, this week or next week, I think. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? We were just looking at you the other day. Let's just open a tab, right? More tabs, more tabs. Not that one. My Galkey store. Oh wait, go back. It is right here. Boom. This one. This one is brand new. And again, I haven't used this in person yet, but I'm really curious to see what this feels like and looks like. So this review becomes a left pinky for those that like it, a split layout for those that are, you know, which is exactly what you're asking for, split. It appears to me to be 23s across the whole body with what 25s on the bottom. But again, I haven't felt it yet. Pause. So I don't know for sure. But the price is fantastic. Galkeys is really good prices. If you like metal, where's it at? Where's the metal pad at? If you like metal with rings, I can't say enough about this. This thing is so affordable. Usually on sale too. Again, it has rings. If you don't like rings, don't bother. But if you don't care about the rings, you put some short travels in this bad boy. It's like a thin, flat metal pad with the menu button at the top. Yeah, man, I think it's fantastic. The Galkeys GF16 is fantastic. So I'm waiting for the GK18 to come in and see how that goes. Yeah. Love the site. Just some dudes selling small amounts of keycaps. I think 5 counts. But if you email, oh, did I miss it? Yeah, but if you email them and let them know you would like enough to fill out your right pad, he can make out. Oh, that site. I gotta write that site name down. I'm sorry, I read so fast. Dang it, I missed it. I'll go back to the chat and find it. I definitely need to check out that site. I read it out loud, then I'm like doing a bunch of stuff and it slipped my brain. But I know I gotta find it. Is he so chill with a little crowbar? Yeah, this thing is. It's as dumb as it is, a piece of plastic, and it is starting to get roughed up a little bit, but I mean, it's just a piece of plastic. But I mean, I don't break it, you know, but I'm shocked that this thing works as well as it does. But if you don't have that when you want this, the other ones they have, like this guy's kind of trash. DOIO has the coolest looking switch remover, and this thing sucks, but it is the coolest one of all, because it's made out of plastic. So it doesn't grip good. Like with certain switches, it grabs perfectly. Every other switch, it just grabs nothing. It's just a really weird in between. But the look, like you can spin on your finger, like it's really cool. It does what you want it to do, but just not every time. These are fantastic, but sometimes the teeth are bent like an L, and they should be more like a V, so they won't grab right. They'll just slip off. So it's annoying. This thing is hands down the best. I do a lot of different pad things. I will break these arms all the time. Like maybe I pinch too, I don't know what it is. Or like if something's too tight and I pinch too hard, I'm wiggling and trying to get it out, you know, fight with the dumb thing. Eventually pop out, but this is like hands down one of my favorites. And this is now on the favorite list. Oh, this keycap back. I really should put this keycap on the Razor Kitsune and see what I think. I've had these, I just haven't used them yet. These hot keycaps. But these are more expensive, so I've been like, all right, let me be a little iffy where I want to put it because they're more expensive. You know how that goes. COSMOX keycaps, yes, with those little brackets by the plus sign, maybe. So their keycaps don't have the brackets. They're smooth like this, Wolf. Oh, cross Fox. Let's see what that is. Thank you. Let's see what this is. Where's my mouse? I'm trying to read fast here. COSMOX keycap. Well. There's COSMOX. Is it COS or CHOS? I don't know. It's a CH. I imagine it's CHOS, but you never know in 2025. Where's switches? Keycaps, boom. I'll have to go through here and see if I can find the round keycap. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Oh, they just have different styles. That's really cool. Low profile keycap. And there you go. Low profile. Oh, those are V1s. Oh, right there, boom, V2s. Shout out to Wolf. He's on it. Wolf is on it. But I don't see the ones that we're talking about. They're probably here. I'm going a little fast because I got to read the chat some more. I'll have to come back through here and look through some of this. I like that. I like that. Nice. And if you have a Lofree keyboard, boom, you're like all set. Nice. Just use air. I'll just keep trying. Yeah. Longer throw switch with a smooth thinner cap. Thinner cap. I missed that. Well, I never thought they're replacing keycaps. Yeah. That's probably what it is. Wobbly. Yep. Okay, good. I respond. Okay, what's Discord link? My Discord link. Let me drop that in the chat. Where is Discord? Where are you, Discord? I closed it. Why is Discord closed? Where's my keyboard? I'll show that. 2 seconds. It's right here. Found it. Why is this upside down? That is not my Discord link. Why did it copy all that garbage? There it goes. Found it. Okay, so where were we on the switches? So yeah, on the switch front, the ones that I use the most right now, and I'll throw these in there just for the sake of conversation. In Tikitaka, I'll put you right here. I actually have a spreadsheet of where all my switches are. And I need to like go through that spreadsheet again. I need to move things. I take some things out of some and put others in others because I need to test these Taro. I need to test these newer switches that just came in. And now there's one more that I'm looking at, the silent ones. The silent short travel, I know where that's going already. I have an idea for that one. Shout out to Orville. Are we switch maxing today? Yes, we are. We went through all the switches, Orville. We went through all the ones that I have so far. And Orville got the black kites. He got those. So what's funny is he found them on AliExpress. So he sent us a link. And then by the time I saw it, it was later in the day or something happened. As I'm looking, I said, well, let me check on coupon codes, all the blah, blah, blahs. The price jumped from like $50 to $107 to $120. It was like within a matter of like 5 to 10 minutes. It was just like boom, 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 boom. It was just jumping. I was like, wait, what is going on here? That's when I knew. I feel like, oh, this vendor, I think they got them early and they kind of like messed up. So they were just gone. Well, get ready to end the rabbit hole of Leverless switches packs. Well, once you start front on the welcome, Evoke, welcome. So knock my stuff off. Welcome, brother. Where's the? I don't have a welcome. I had a welcome on here. Welcome. Orville. Then when those Kailh's black kites come in, we are going to be in stealth max. In fact, I can't wait. If they feel, imagine if they feel like the shadow hunting or the sacred falcons, but quiet. That's going to be a game changer. That'd be a game changer. Silent short travel, that would be a game changer. So out of what I'm testing right now, the things I use the least right now, the Kailh Spring, just for Tekken. I feel like I'm beating up on these. There's nothing wrong. Again, let me preface this. I gotta put a red up here too. And I need a crystal. Where's my crystals? I have a whole bin. I'm selling them. I have a whole bin with reds and crystals. I just don't use them. So they're just in here. A Lysol bin. And if those Gao keys come with more reds, yeah, I'm dumping them things in the bin too. Get him out of here! So the switches I use the least, the reds. Your stock switch that comes on all your pads. There's nothing wrong with this switch. It's a fantastic switch. But to me, now that I have evolved, right now, how many do I have? 1, 2, okay, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So out of 18 switches that I've tested, and 19 as soon as the other one gets available, out of 18 and a half, we'll call it 18 and a half. With that many switches, I could take things out the list, but I'm not saying they suck. I just don't use them because I don't personally like them for my playstyle. Okay. You know, I'm using Evolve. Evolve is a perfect case. Evolve has the bananas and the mints. Those are tactile. Wait. I'm gonna do this just for Evolve too. These are my loot ghosts. Here's my phantoms. Here are the phantoms right here. These are tactile, just like the ones he uses on his razor. There's nothing wrong. These are fantastic. I just don't like. Can you see this? There's a back there. I'm pushing, and bump. These are ghosts. See how it just moves? Like there's no stopping me. Here, there's a bump and go. Right. That's just not my preferred. Again, there is no best switch. I just prefer a smooth up and down. And now I know that I like that style. Now I get to determine how much force it is I'm going to go up or down, how fast I want them. And then outside of force, once you get the force right, what's the snappiness and all the blah blah blahs, right? All the blah blah blahs. But the phantoms are fantastic. They're just my hands. I've learned that my hands do not prefer those for fighting games. They just don't. And then I have these are, what are these? These are Ghost. These are Hide Mountains, right? Hide Mountains. Hide Mountains feel just like the fan. These actually came on the 8-bit dough. Again, when you push, can y'all hear this? These are clicky switches. So they're a blend. They're a blend of Phantom Tactile with a click. So when you push, they don't activate until you click in. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't like to play that way. And I don't like the sound because they're too loud for me. And also, when my wife's in the room, she's like, hey, will you turn the controller down? I cannot because they're clicky switches. Right, and then we have the Wizards. These are so these are the original clickies that I knew of. These are, and again, it's tactile. It's like a bump and it clicks, right? So if you like clicky, the two that I mean, there's more of these. There's like the seasons, but the ones that I'm aware of that I own are the Wizards and the Phantom. Excuse me, the Wizards and High Mountains, and the Phantoms are tactiles that I own. But I just don't buy the others because I don't use them. And again, there's nothing wrong with them. I know, the matter of fact, I know Wolf. I know Wolf likes clicky, if I remember right. And Wolf, if you like clicky, there's different clicks, which I'm sure you looked into. There's the Autumn, the Summer, the Hide Mountains, and they're right here in my hand. The Hide Mountains and the Wizard. I want to say those are the 4 clickies that I know of. Right, and I'll show what I'm talking about. These are called right here. Where's my window? On AliExpress. They're Kailh seasons. Where's the summer switches at? Right here, boom, these. So I liked the spring because it tells you this is linear. Those are the ones I got, but I didn't like them. Once I owned them, again, there's nothing wrong. They're just not my favorite. And then they had these others. So that's linear. This is clicky. This is clicky slick, boom. So now Wolf come here and say, okay, I want a 45 force clicky. I want a 55, click that one, a 55 force clicky. And these are advanced tactiles. These are just tactiles, so no click, but these are a 50 tactile. See, I like the market's growing. And again, I like that because there is no best switch. There is no best path. There is no best layout. It's what do your hands prefer on that, on your particular favorite pad. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. I love that everyone is sharing what they like because we are now able to figure out what we want to do and make it feel how we want it to feel and personalize it to us. You know what I mean? And that's the way it should be. You should be able to take your controller and make it like if you bought a PlayStation controller, it kind of is what it is. You don't like it, well, you know, good luck to you. You know, you better figure it out. You know, whereas when you start getting leverless, I'll start ripping this thing apart and switching it out, put O-rings, putting lube, do all this I want to do, change the keycaps out for heavier, softer keycaps, concave, convex, texture, non-texture, toe stop. All those things are like, boom, now it's dialed the way you like it. I love that, you know. Oh, man. Yeah, allergy pill. Or right, exactly, the deep sea islets go crazy. Facts, the deep sea islets are so quiet. They're so quiet. I'm knee deep in it. Pause. He said I'm knee deep in it. Now I just need Tekken skill. Oh, LT vote. Evoke, you play Tekken? Oh yeah. Gotta play some. Definitely gotta play some Tekken. And I think I'm making another video showing how to like start with Leverless. That may be a 104, like a super short video just saying, look, here's how to use this. You know, down, back. I've told people like 10 times, but I probably put in a video that way I could share it as the holidays are coming. People are buying more pads. They know how to just sit without the game, just sit by yourself and watching TV and learn how to just make your hands, you know, this is down, not up. That's breaking your hands, all that stuff, like to make it get in. But Evoke, what's your character and what's your rank? I'm curious. Orville sleeper switches are the Kailh Winter. I promise you, those are the serious business. There you go. Honestly, if I wasn't such a short travel snob, I'd be rocking Tactile pawn. So there you go. If you're a Tactile, the winter is perfect, right? So you could find, and look at Wolf, right? I knew you like Clicky, Hide Mountains facts. I had him, I took him off the desk, but yeah, Hide Mountains, I knew he would like those. So Wolf probably would like the 8-bit dough right out the box because that comes with Hide Mountains right out the box. And the Wizards, just me kind of like randomly touching them at the same time. Is that a pause? The Hide Mountains and the Wizards. The Wizards felt like a little bit more force. Again, I don't play long enough to tell you, but just me like messing with them just now, I was messing with them. But I could be wrong. That's what it felt like in the moment. High Mountains are also serious business like Autumns, but quieter, clickier. I had them in my exercise. Oh, the Autumns are the same but quieter. Interesting. So you want like a quiet click. Nice. Then you know what's so funny? You might like these Lofree surfers because these surfers, they're silent. But they just have like there's some like a baby faint click sound, like this as smooth as could be. But there's when you hit the bottom, there's like a little bit of like a silent ting. Like I can hear it. I can hear it. I don't think anyone else can hear it, but I can hear it. And it's not a big deal, but it's just like, you know, it's there. Arca, the Quamba Sapphire is the perfect leverless body size. Yeah, it's nice and big. Yeah, nice and big and wide. Facts. That's a yes, sir. Nice big and wide. Yeah, teach their own. Nice, big, and wide. Yes, sir. Just don't like the buttons at all. There you go. The buttons in the Sapphire feel mushy. So when you open it, has the cherry MX switches. What you're feeling is the keycap. And it's like a weird statement, but where's that? So, again, shout out to Sapphire, just having the tools inside is so smart. And that's how I learned how to snap the switches out, because I never would have guessed that was a way you do it. All right, so here's the tool, right? Trying to do this with one hand here. I knew I did the wrong side. On the other side. So what I think you're also feeling, Arca, on the Sapphire, I'm about to make all this stuff go flying everywhere. Take this out. I love this thing. This is so cool. Okay. See all the components inside of this keycap? I'm almost guaranteed you could take this plastic insert out and put artwork in here. It's gonna be some work, but I can see the tabs where there's like 4 tabs here to do it. Anyway, this keycap is naturally heavier than like a Hot 42, a dual pad. Like any other brand is using a standard wedge in wafer. Like this is just a wafer with a plus sign on the bottom, and you just kind of put it on, just wedge it down, and it locks in place, right? This does the same thing technically, but the Razor Kitsune, the 8-bit dough, the Quamba, like all, I'm pretty sure this. I need to. You know, Orville was telling me he has the pictures. I need to get with Orville. I forget because I get busy and I forget. But I'm almost done with. I have like a couple weeks for this semester of school to let out, so I might try to remember to get with you, Orville. I didn't forget. I just forget. When I get off the stream, I kind of like mentally check out, so I forget when I get off. Anyway, all these rails, see that clip there? This hook, make sure it doesn't go flying out. I want to say all that sliding like this. How can I show you all that? When you're pushing up and down, it's sliding plastic on plastic, right? So you're feeling that for one thing, and the extra weight of the keycap, it changes the way the switch activates, right? So all of that said, I think that's what you're feeling. Because I talked, it was Travis MCP when I talked to him. We both had got it pretty early, and when it came in, we both were like, it plays fine, like fantastic. The pad, nothing wrong with the pad, but the switches feel kind of flat. Like you couldn't figure out what was going on. That's what it was. So now, come off, please, come off. I had some Kailh. I had the Kailh, not cherry, Kailh Speed Silvers laying around from another pad that I did last year. So I put these in, and it feels fantastic. And then Orville and Sin Rid Soul, they were like, "Hey, check out the Gion Works or Gion Works, something like that. Raptors. I have those. I just never got around to putting them in and testing it out yet. But I need to do that because it does improve the feel. And I like them on low level, but for these particular switches, I had to put on medium or high. If you put them on low, it'll hold the switch down, so you got to change the activation. But that's neither here nor there. But yep, all the things. But yeah, if you like MX, right, the Sapphire is, once you change the switches, it's fantastic. Just didn't like the buttons at all, and no 2040 for modifications, etc. Yeah, and what I do like is their firmware update. Now you can use all the buttons. You can remap this, remap the pinky. You can remap everything now the way you like it after the newest firmware. So Quamba's killing it. Yeah, great job, Quamba. And everything in the you get a lot of value for your 175 or 190 out the door. I'm still in training mode. Oh, you're still in training mode with Rain. Okay, oh, Rain is cool. Cool, nice, that's nice. Been getting better, but I can only play for like an hour a week to do work. Yeah, I definitely get that. Definitely get that. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Tech. I can't wait for season 3. I hope they fix my favorite game. Tech 8 is my favorite game. They really need to fix it. Hey Google, set the AC upstairs to 75. It's burning up in here. I'm about to die.
Set to 75 degrees.
The Tikitaka R1A, are we copying? Wireless programmable and large. I gotta look. You sent that up. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, put the stuff away. I either go back to the switch and knock stuff over. I'll go to the switches first and I'll look that one up. Give me 2 seconds here. Let's put this back. Getting better, not dropping combos. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. What I would tell you is you only need really one combo, to be completely honest. For your level, go to punishment training. Just any character you had a problem with, go to punishment training, and that'll teach you the moves you should care the most about. Because it's the same punch with every character. Like your high character, your high punish, your low punch, all that stuff. You'll get better faster that way. And again, you're on a limited time schedule, so that way you're making better use of your time. Go to punishment training, do that for like 10 minutes. Like pick any character you see all the time and learn how to punish what they're when you go into play and quick match, you'll have more fun. And you'll get kind of more mad at yourself, which is good. Like, okay, I messed up. And like, I didn't just get beat. I made a mistake. And that's like a better feeling. Tikitaka R1A. What is that? Wrong. I'm using the wrong keyboard over here. Pre-orders now open for the R1. Okay, they might want to. Oh man, excuse me. Magnetic one top opening. I like that's cool. I'll come back and look at this in a second. Just a second. Oh my god. Because I feel like it's in Discord. It's right in front of me. It's right here. Oh man, I can't breathe. I saw you sent this out, but I was doing something when I saw it, so I didn't look close. It's wireless. See, I really think next year it's going to be like, it's got a Brook board. So it's going to work on Xbox and PS5, like right out the box. Can I speed this up? Where's the playback speed? Playback speed 2x. It's big, so that's good. USB-P, so just USB-B, excuse me, just like the fight box. Nice. Tikitaka. Nice. With the magnet. Oh, it's a nice magnet. It's how to easily do what you got to do on the inside. I like that. Wow. And only $100. What? Wait a minute. Oh, with the board. So it's under 150. I prefer the split layout. There it is. Split layout. PBT, black and white. That's actually kind of cool looking. Those are DOIO keycaps. Yes, they are. I like that. Those are DOIO. DOIO makes good keycaps. Those that don't know what I'm talking about. I like this thing. Wow. I spelled it wrong. Where are they at? Right here. DOIO makes nice keycaps. I like these things, and they have like different styles. And they always come with an extra like Hadouken, but like just random button to throw wherever you want. Right. So when I look at this, as soon as I saw the fist, I was like, oh, those DOI keycaps. I knew it. Like that hits, you know, all the fireball. Nice. I like split layout. Wait a minute. With a brook inside for 142? What? And you can customize the layout with their Elite Custom tool. Translate to English, please. I'm American. America! Yep, I've seen this tool before. So what this tool does is you can come in here and you can see that you can move the buttons wherever you want. And when you save the file, you send it to the vendor and they'll put the buttons where you ask for it. Wait, generate the customization screen. Oh, that's all right. Brook wireless connectivity. Really? Wow. Orville's on it. Whoa, wait a minute. And well, you know, they sell O-rings too. I've been talking about O-rings all day. What force is there? I can't. They didn't translate. Okay, well, this is nice. Pre-order ends on the 31st. It's pre-order special. Oh, so the special. It's on sale for pre-order. Wireless Brooks board inside that you can customize later whenever you want. But the other question is, as Kazumi switches, I'm a little torn on those if I like them or not. I can't tell yet. But I wonder if you could put Kailh. Well, it's got buttons. Just do whatever you want. Just open it and put Kailh's inside. Look at that. You just open up, do what you want to do. And you just pop the board as magnetic. Wow. Okie dokie. Okay, I'll be looking at this later. Wow. Wow. Shout out to Orville. Field reporter Orville out here dropping bombs, boy. Wow. Yeah, that might be a must buy. Split layout too. Wow. Give me dropping combos. Buy almost a decent place to the fight back. Yeah, 12-inch wide is enough for tall, big people. In fact, we need 18-inch wide pads. Arca's like, I'm too big for these tiny little things. Imagine Arca trying to play with this. My hand is bigger than this pad. I mean, I do wear a Triple X riding glove, but still, I can imagine this little tiny thing in your lap. It's just not going to happen. When I'm rocking the Kailh Black Kites, my Sagat standing medium punch, gonna go from +2 block to +8 thrust. I was supposed to play Street Fighter today. That was actually my goal. I was like, you know, I'm gonna play some Street Fighter today. But I got about 45 minutes. Quantum Sapphire. Yeah, Quantum Sapphire is, if you like MX, it's a good entry into the space for a good price. You get all the stuff with it, but you will want to change the Switch as soon as it arrives. It's like just knowing that walking in, it's like, okay, whatever. You can change your artwork, all that stuff, yeah. Shout out to Agoraphobic News. Happy Sunday, Agoraphobic News. He said, howdy. Do you at Texas A&M? I wonder if he's one of the, he's an Aggie. I'm in the Aggies Masters program now, so I've learned to say howdy whenever I talk to people now. I have to talk like a real Texan now, even though I'm from the Northeast. Well, I've been in Texas long enough now. I'm basically from Texas, but I'm from the Northeast. Can you recommend some Leverless with small buds? Yes, I can. I actually have one right here. I have the M16 Ultra. Okay. Wait, M16 Ultra. Yeah, the M Ultra. Yep, the M Ultra. And I feel like the buttons are too big for my finger. Oh no, you have the Plus. I feel like the order of the button. I can't read. I like the order of the buttons though. So with small buttons. I'm sorry, Gorfo. I'm not ignoring you. I really wasn't. I apologize. I'm gonna do it right now. Give me 2 seconds there. Okay, he's like, I'm gonna say it again. Okay. Oops. Okay. So let me grab some on the shelf and I'll show you, Gorfo, what I'm talking. He's like, I gotta go to work. Hurry, answer my question. I gotta go to work. Mute that. Alarm's going. Okay. Put this here and put this here. Okay. And wait, we need one more. Okay. So Agoraphobic has a question. We're gonna answer this fast and furious with some examples. Okay. So I'm going to kind of do this in a weird order, but just bear with me. These switches better not fly off the desk. I'm going to get so mad. Okay. Oh, so before I answer, you put M16 Ultra. I'm almost guaranteed you're talking about the... I'm gonna say the proper names to make sure we're on the same page. Okay, so there is the M Lite. I'll grab that off the shelf in a second. There's the M Plus, which is 25mm keycaps across the whole body. That's the M Plus, and the M Ultra Gen 1 and the Gen 2 is right over there. Here's the Gen 1. I think you're talking about this pad, right? And it sounds to me, if you have this one now, these are small keycaps across the whole body with one large. I don't think you're talking about these pads. That's what I was trying to say. I think you're talking about this. I think you're talking about this. This is the M Plus. This is a 12, 16, this is a 12, right? But see the large here? This is across the whole body, so wide spacing, large keycaps. This is a Razer Kitsune. This is an 8-bit Doe. This is a Hot 42 M6 M Plus. Okay, so those three are like the same feel: large keycaps, large wide spacing, all those things. And let me check the chat. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit so I don't forget to come back up. You have the Ultra. The Ultra's too wide for you. Okay, I know what you want. I know what you want. Yep, got you. Okay, so I won't even talk about the Plus anymore because now I know you're not using this. This is obviously too big for you, so you won't want the Plus. Put this back. Okay. So you're on this pad, you're on the M Ultra Gen 1, and this is actually one of the tightest layouts, but hold on. I have stuff in my way, it's like blocking here, so I want to knock it. That's what I didn't want to do. Okay. Here's the Gen 2. The Gen 2 is slightly wider than what you have now, so don't get this. It has the pinky, but don't buy this because see these light rings going around each keycap? These two essentially are the same, but imagine they put a light around each one. You need to make space. So they feel very, very similar, but the Gen 2 is slightly wider because of these rings around each keycap, make it slightly wider. So don't get the Gen 2. All right, so don't get the M Plus and don't buy the Gen 2. Okay, give me a second. So you're on the Gen 1. Okay. What I was going to say is the Hot 42S is very tight spacing, right? But these two are the exact same spacing. Because I was going to say, well, get an S for like 30 bucks and then get a cheap box footsie for 30 bucks. And now you have a full size pad, right? With this 3D print extender, but you get the tight space. You get the tight spacing, all the things you want, but you know, full size base. Okay. So since those are too tight, the tightest, I have two things. I'll show you another one, but here's the tightest things I have to this. I wish I had the top because I would take the top, I'll put it on here, but I don't have it upstairs. The Zen is tighter. The dual pad Zen is one of the tighter space pads. It's a little slant, it's barely slanted for ergonomics, right? Because it's split down the middle. But this is slightly tighter than the S, because in the video I put the S top on here if I remember right, but this layout is the tightest spacing so far, and I think the Vermillo might be the same, so I'll grab the Vermillo off the shelf, give me a second. But you probably want to look at this. This is the acrylic version of this, so it's acrylic top and bottom. This one is like 55 bucks, 45, 55, right? Yeah, don't knock it over. Knock it over. This is the Zen Pro. This is all metal on top and bottom. The padding here in the bottom, same exact layout, but you can't add artwork to this. It's a black and a white version. The white comes with white rain. The black comes with ghosts, just like the clear. It has rings, so your keycap's going to be slightly higher, but not by a long shot, but just going to be a little bit higher because there are rings. But once you put short travels in here, it'll feel like home, right? But this will give you a little bit of a tighter space. I don't want to, because your M Ultra now is fairly tight, but this is going to feel tighter. You're just going to have to adjust to the way it's like slightly tilted on both sides for ergonomics. But this is, you probably want a Zen. Now the metal, I would tell you about the metal, but you don't know if you like it yet. So get the acrylic. That way, if you don't like it, it only costs you $50. The metal is nicer and more premium, but it's metal, so it's 100 instead of 50. You see where I'm going? So this is like $60. This is like $100. But then there's a bunch of AliExpress sales. If you can catch this for really cheap, then just get the metal one, right? I mean, you already spent $150 on the M Ultra Gen 1. Just get the metal black. The black's on the shelf. Just get the metal black of this, the Zen. Because there's a black. Anyway. The Zen is where I would point you to. And the other one I would say is, so here's the metal black. You know, it looks very similar to what you have now, but it has the padding here on the bottom. You're probably gonna like the Zen. But the Vermillo, the Vermillo is pretty tight. You might like the FK2, but there is no booter. Like everything goes to the end of the cord. There's different colors of this pad. This has induction switches, so if you don't like the switches, you can't. They sell alternatives, but I've never found them. They're not on sale anywhere. From when I checked, like early in the year when I did the review for this, they were on the website, but not available anywhere to buy. But the pads, it plays fine. It plays really nice, and the switches. Put this down. Oh. You know, again, they're induction. You can adjust the like when you want to activate, when you want to deactivate. All this, you can dial this however you want this to feel. But when you first start playing with it, you're gonna think it feels kind of, it doesn't feel flat, it just feels different. But then you're gonna start winning. You're like, oh wait, it's all in my head. You know what I'm saying? Let me come down here. Yeah, there you go, the FK2 or the H09. Yeah, so like this pad here is, again, if I had my S, you know what I'm gonna do? 1, 2, 3. I should take this top off because then I can know. Hold on. Where's my screwdriver? Yeah, I only have 3 screws. I'll take this off and I'll tell you. I'll show you. Because at the end of the day, what you're playing on right now is this. You're playing on an S right now. Get off, please. Why is it when you want a screwdriver, like a screw to stick, it never sticks, but when you don't want it, it just stays there? Like, come on now. All right. So I'm gonna take this top off. Where's it? So again, this is what you have now, the Gen 1. It's an S. See how it's an S. I knocked it off. You get the point. It's an S, right? This is exactly what you're using now. Here's the Zen. When I lay just the buttons on the Zen, see how it's like, I'm trying to line up the best I can. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. They're very, well, this is an S. The Zen is an S. I thought it was tighter. When I tested this, it was tighter. Maybe I had that wrong. Maybe it's the way I'm putting it on here. Let's see the directionals. Yeah, they line right up. So the Zen is an S just chopped in half. It feels tighter. I don't know what, maybe I don't know what's going on with this stuff, but I thought it was tight. Now the FK2. Here's the FK2. The FK2 is actually slightly wider. I never would have guessed that. Let's see the directionals here. 1, 2, 3. The S is a little bit higher, like barely higher on the FK2. I never would have guessed that. And the FK2, let's see, I can line it from this direction. So there, I line those up. 1, 2, 3. The S is tighter right here. This is on the edge. The S is tighter. Wow, who would have thought? I think Oral's probably freaking out too, because I think we all thought the Vermillo, and again, I say tighter, it's like, we're talking millimeters, right? But for someone like you, you're feeling the difference, I can tell. But it's a slight difference, but the S is tighter, so the S is the tightest pad. I mean, the Zen and the S, the Zen and the S. And I'll grab one more. Look at. Here is the Gen 2. And I'll kind of line it up. Remember the light rings? See, again, the Gen 2 is just like the Varmilla. It's barely... It's such a small... Like there, it's such a small difference because the rings, you don't want the Gen 2. So in your situation, you have the M Ultra Gen 1. That's very tight as it is. You may want to look at a B16. I know you're thinking, I don't want keyboard, but you might. Because, where's the lid at? Where's the top? Right here. See the up button right here? Look how tight that is for you. This will, I try to get that as best view I can because it's like a smoke color. Is that better? Slides down. I'll put it like that. See how, so your up is going to be higher. Your directionals are going to be tighter, and then you still get your buttons here. And I'll kind of slide this over here to give you a where's it at? Where's it at? 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. So you can see that's super tight. You see how the S is like over here, whereas the B is there. But I can play with this pad like a regular Leverless. It's just tight like a keyboard. And this side plays really smooth. Where's the ASI LVO? Let me check the LVO. Hold on. The LVO is tight spacing too. Here's the LVL. So there's the LVL. Yeah, these buttons are almost identical as the S. And the up button is extra large. These buttons here, let's put this over here like this. Like that. It's the same, it's just a slightly different angle on the LVO. It's the same, just a slightly different angle. Yeah, it's the same. So... yeah, you may have to go down to like the keyboard style if you want it. Oh, here's the DOIO. Let's see the DOI. This is their, yeah, it's basically the same as an S, and on this side the DOIO is tighter. The DOIO is slightly tighter. See that gap right there? Okay, so maybe a DOIO is what you need. And this is a version 1. This is their Pro, the HitPad Pro from last year. But like Orville was saying, maybe the a DOIO is going to give what you're looking for. Let me grab the standard too. Let me see that one. Because the pads you're on now is actually already pretty tight. So yeah, the DOIO, I mean, it's barely tighter. Oh, look. Oh, it is tighter. Look at that. Interesting. Yeah, you want a DOIO. I never noticed that. Again, I'm just shifting a little bit, but when just letting it sit, see it's not falling. This is slightly tighter. This is ever so slightly tighter. Ever so slightly. This is a little bit lower. So that's kind of weird how these are tighter, but this is a little bit lower. These buttons here, see the gap right there? They're ever so tight. I can't talk. Ever so slightly tighter on the DOIO. So you probably want a DOIO. Yeah. One more pad. One more. Hold on. Actually, I have two more. Here is the Speedy Lab Lightfox. I thought the FK2 was a lot tighter. I'm surprised. Interesting. No, Lightfox is a different. Yeah, Lightfox is gonna be too wide for you. Because this doesn't feel while we're using it, but it's still. I never noticed that. Oh. Here's the Brooks. The Brooks is... It's about the same. The Brooks is about the same. Well... The buttons here are... What's so weird is, this is like the Light Fox. These are a little bit tighter. These are the same, and this is a little bit wider, like barely. And your directionals are tighter on the S. This is a little bit wider on the Brooks. So, there you go. So I think we come to the conclusion: if the S, which is the S and the Zen, are my tightest pads, and then the FK2 are the tightest layouts, I thought the DOIO standard is like slightly tighter. You need a DOIO standard, but or DOI up here, but just don't buy from their website. You'll never. It's gonna take forever to show it to your house. You want to go to AliExpress. DOIO hit pads, they have a bunch out here. And so the only thing is their prices vary because they're made out of metal. They're metal top and bottom. So, you know, that you're gonna notice that price. But when you have it, like if you get into a fight at FGC, you're gonna win. You're gonna look cool with the DOIO. But it's kind of like a FYI that's what that is. And again, they have a website. They have their DOIO shop, but ordering from their shop, it's just not smart. It's either super fast or super slow. And 9 times in, it's super slow. But here's where you can find what you're looking for. And then you can start searching AliExpress for the one you want. Oh, I think I want this one. Okay, get the model number. This is the H09. And now you can go to AliExpress or just Google and start searching for KBGM H09 and start looking for it, see if anybody has it. But also just kind of be aware that the tariffs has changed the way the market works, and that vendor stock is up or down, not because they don't like you or like the vendor. It's tariff. Like, could they have, could they get a stock? Yeah, the M Ultra, let me go down some more. I would try to be is DOIO tighter than Zen. The Zen was the same as the S, which to me, this is slightly tighter, but I put the lid on there. Again, I'll put it back on here. That's an S. Like, it's almost spot on. The Zen is slightly tighter. Like, someone's bumping it. Because the Zen is ever so slightly tighter. See that right there? It's like the DOIO. It's ever so slightly tighter than the S, but I don't know if you're going to notice it because when I put these here, it's the same. So whatever you're feeling, you're pretty much going to feel the same on this pad. And again, when you get the DOIO, these are going to feel ever so slightly tighter, but this is going to be a little bit lower. So you're kind of, I put the B back. So the B, the DOIO tighter than the Zen. Yeah, the Zen and the S are essentially the same. The Zen, the S, and the FK2 for Armillo, just because I literally put the top on them both just now. They're essentially the same. Essentially. And again, the differences you guys are seeing on camera, in person, it's a lot less of a difference than what it looks like. On camera, it looks like this big drastic difference. In person, it's really not. It's really not that big of a difference. So you might want the B16, but you're going to have to get the B16 probably from Amazon, because when I looked on AliExpress, I couldn't find them. Hold on. I'm dropping all the screws. Drop all the screws. Hold on. So 2 seconds. Get in there, please. There we go. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Gamer Night 97. That's cool. Name. Happy. Say it too fast. Happy Sunday, Gamer Night 97. That's a cool name. Let me go up a little bit. Cool. Get a punishment mode. Tikitaka. Yeah, that R1A. has really sparked my interest now. I'm really curious. Like, I don't know how to, well, wait a minute. I wonder what the shipping's going to be like, though. It's coming from Japan, I think. Let's see here. If you add to cart, and I'm not on my regular PC, I'm just kind of like on a test box here. Check out, what is the shipping like on this thing? Austin, let's try Central Texas here. What was a zip code I played with last time? Oh my god, I have so many tabs. I gotta close this over. This is gonna drive me crazy. Seven 3 3 4 4. Okay, let's try that. Total in yen. So 27,000 yen. So 175. That's not bad for once, and it's that's good. 175 is good. Wow. Tikitaka's not playing. I'm glad to see it because Tikitaka, you know, they were kind of, a lot of people didn't know who they were. That's really good. 175 is good. And it looks like it's metal too. And split layout. Yeah. Wow. With the Brooks board inside. Nice. Switch out. My headphones are dying here. I'm gonna switch ears. This is insane. Orville, thank you. This is exactly what I need. Split. Yeah, right, Arca. That layout looks really good. The price looks good too. Wow. Which, and or I answered Gore for it. That's good. Just got a new mouse, Logitech MX4. Really incredible. My friend gave it to me. Nice. And randomly, it's blown me away by how good, especially for dev work. What's funny is I do things on Mac, so when I'm doing things on the Mac, I use the Magic Trackpad. It's $120, but I've had this thing for I don't know how many years. It just works. I need something smaller and made of plastic. Yeah. Agoraphobic, when you want plastic, that changes things too. I should grab a Gao keys, see the Gao keys. I think the Gao keys is the same. I'm looking across the room at my shelf. You may have to like, wait a minute, the May Flash. Let me check the May Flash. Hold on. But it's not made of plastic, though. It's made out of metal. I hate how cold, yeah. Well, the May Flash, the top is plastic. Let me grab the shelf. Where's that thing at? Hold on. The U16, no, the U16 is too wide. The U16 is a T. He would need like a, the U16 is way too wide. HJK, yeah, with the HJK hit pad, I'm waiting for that to show up. DYO, KBX, let's see, let's see there, what's that? DYO, KBHX, 01, Slim. Yep, this is basically a B. There you go. And this is metal too, and the price is good too. Wow. Yep, this is like a very similar to the B16, but premium. Look at that. And look how low the switches are too. That's nice. They're not as tall. That's cool. What switches are in here? Is this Kailh's or MX? Yeah, and they're low profile switches too. Nice. There you go. From Shout to Wolf. There you go. This might be what you're looking for. It's gonna give you that tighter feel. Yeah, exactly what you're looking for. The tighter feel. You're gonna get the middle buttons, all that stuff, just like the B, but just not as tall. Yep. And it's metal. It's metal, but it's so compact. I don't know if you're gonna feel the metal, if that makes any sense, because there's no wrist rest and all that type of stuff. It's just really small. So maybe what you're looking for. DOH09. I think we saw the H09. Yeah, I saw the H09. I pulled it out. The H09. Yep. That's over. I'm looking at the B1, the P1S. I'm almost like I'm about to push the button because that sale is insane. No problem, Agoraphobic. Shout out to Agoraphobic. Shout out to everybody helping. We're definitely get you dialed in. Get you dialed in. And shout send. I feel if I had a 3D printer, it's a slippery slope. We doing random gift builds, experience. That's why I think Sin should probably get one, because I do think I think Sin's gonna fall down slippery slope, but at the same time, I think Sin's gonna be a mad scientist and come up with something really amazing. Because you're super creative, Sin. I think that's why I'm like, you know what, it might be right up your alley, just do it. But I wouldn't get the P1. You're probably better with the A1. The A1, that way you're not like, well, no, get the P1. Screw it, ball out. Get the P1. That P1S is fantastic. The P2S is coming, just not for sale yet. Because the P1S combo comes with the ABS module. That's what I'm looking at. And all the stuff you need. Yeah, get the P1S. I know. Only thing I saw about it so far is you'll want to like replace the nozzle with a hard nozzle, something like that, because the materials, you could do better materials and it lasts longer. The aftermarket nozzle they sell. Yeah. The X1 carbon, I've heard the A1 for like, we're not pros, right? I hear the A1, the P1S are better in that situation than the X1 carbon, because the X2 I think is already out, something like that. I fell down the rabbit hole and I was looking at all this stuff. So yeah, but I'm pretty much sold on the P1S. My Saturn 4 Ultra got cooked. I damaged my screen. Need to replace. Oh no. Yeah, right now I have a Prusa XL that someone gave me, but I don't know what year it is. It's an older one. And, just no room for it aside from the garage. That's the other part. And you don't want to put it in the garage because it's gonna be too hot or too cold for the filament. It's gonna make it crack or swell. So that is a problem. Yeah. That's a very good point. Where are you gonna put the thing? That's a question I'm asking myself too, so I'm figuring that out. And kind of closing out. Yeah, but I'm really on the fence because I know my son, he's really good at sales right now. They sold like a couple $100 of candy at school last year. I have twins and they were going at it. So I'm thinking about I was thinking I'll get 3D printer for what I want to do, but then also for them to kind of sell, and I'm sure we can come up with something they can sell at school to their friends and like, you know, all that stuff and pay for the print. That's really what I'm looking at, like to pay for itself. And on the Switch side, the switches I use, and I'll read your comment in a second. The switches again that I don't use the most are I don't use reds, I don't use crystals. The spring, there's nothing wrong with them. I use these the least. The silent tans, they're just fine, but I prefer the deep sea islets. I prefer the Hades, not the void, excuse me. Deep sea islets and can y'all hear this? I'm gonna try this. Let me know if y'all can hear this. I'm gonna turn my headphones up, see if I can hear it. There's a 20-second delay too. Let me turn my headphones up. Where's my? Hopefully y'all can hear it, because it's not a bad, it's just like a silent ting or click. Let me see if I can hear it. Hold on. Where's my, wait for the audio to catch up. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Can you hear that? I don't think y'all can hear it. It's just like a silent little like ting ting ting, like a little ting sound. And again, you barely notice it. Okay, yeah, I don't think you can hear it because I don't hear it. Y'all can't hear it. Y'all can't hear it. Again, it's not bad. You know what? It's not a big deal because you can hear the rubbing on this. These two have rubbing sounds. This has a ting sound. And Deep Sea Islet just sounds like a thump, right? So yeah, it's what it is. I'm too close. I'm too deep in the weeds now. I've fallen down the rabbit hole too deep. I got to get back up. So the garage would need to be further weather treated and temperature control if I were to do that. I would say go down the YouTube rabbit hole because I could be wrong. One of the guy that got me into this, he sells these turtles for people that are blind, and he explained it. I'm going to explain it wrong, so bear with me. But he explained it because he brought them to work. I used to have one. I forgot where I put it. Essentially, I'm probably, forgive me, I'm saying this wrong. Pretend this was a shape. The letter for A, the number for 1, it's like the same in Braille, something like that. So the turtle has like a 1A, 2B, 3C, and it goes up to so many letters, and it's like a big turtle. You can feel it, and they come in different colors. And he was selling this to teachers and things, and around the world. And he was like on Amazon's like accessibility lists, bestseller, all these different things. Shout out to him and his company, did a really good cause. And I don't remember if he said his were in the garage. Well, that's the point I was trying to make, was I don't remember where he kept his printers at. I don't. And I thought he said the garage, but I could be wrong. I think I'm wrong. I think it's in his house. It's in a certain room, because mine's in a room. So I'm saying all that to say, when I start going down the rabbit hole of the P1S recently, people were kind of making points of how the filament can print different based on the weather temperature. And I've seen that where when I print my stands out, I can't tell if it's me. Like, see how it's kind of fraying a little bit? Then again, my printer is old. All the tech is old. That's why I want a new printer. I don't know if it's me and the way I'm doing, or the temperatures are wrong. I can't figure out what's going on. But all that's, or that the case that my filament is not being stored in a sealed bag and being properly temperatured by sun coat. You could easily fall deep down. So that's when you start looking at these cheap box footsies and the heroic designs extenders. You kind of have like a different respect for, like, a newfound higher respect for what they're doing, because it's not as easy as put the filament in the drawer, take it out and start printing. You'll get results. Like, this works. But again, you can see that I just don't, I mean, I don't really care because no one's buying this. I'm just using it for myself. But there are times where I get just bad. The body is fine. It's just the first layer is just trash. You know, so yep, all that stuff. Or I limit when I can get prints. Yeah, all that stuff. I need to get a dental 3D printer for the precision, but don't want to spend 20K. Facts. Arca. Doug Jones, crystals need to be lubed, by the way. They come raw. You know, I'm sure if I lube them, they probably will feel better. You're right. I guarantee they will feel better, because they do feel... They're basically a clear red. And I'll say this, Arca, this is like a better thing. Since the lights don't matter to me, I usually dim the lights. I don't turn them off. I just dim them. I'm not the target audience for the crystals. So to your point, and again, make sure everyone understands, when I say I don't use them, there's nothing wrong with them. The things that I use on the daily, right? These are not it. And to your point, if you lube these, they're going to feel better. That's very true. I agree. I totally agree. You can use lube kit for this. I have a kit. Yeah, I have actually a 3D printed my kit. I would pull it out, but it's in the bin. And I popped all my switches and I just like press a button, they just pop right open, and I put them right back together. Use lube kit, exactly. Brush lube. You can use this syringe style if you're lazy and don't want to pull them. That's a good idea. The syringe, actually, I imagine a lot of switches are like that. That's a good point. The syringe would be even better because it'd be less work. Because it's not hard. It's just you know, when you start getting lazy, you go too fast and the spring goes flying. I did that twice. I was pissed off, but it's really not that bad. Let's do reverse. The switch I use the most. The short travel, shadow hunting, Kailh sticker Falcons. I use these all the time for metal pads. These are fantastic for metal. Fantastic. What else I use a lot of? The ghosts. Tried and true, the ghost switch. It's quiet, it's snappy. You put an O-ring on your keycap. Fantastic. And again, all the switches that I'm showing you right now have O-rings under the keycaps. I don't use any of these without an O-ring. Again, it's not a big deal. That's just how I play. Okay. And it kind of like preface that. So deep sea Islet, fantastic. Ghost, fantastic. Lofree Specter, I just started using these, fantastic. The wind engine, fantastic. The white rains, fantastic. These new surfers, the Lofree surfers, these are ones I just got in. They are really nice. They're just loud, but they're nice. The void, super quiet. They feel just like the deep sea, but it's a little softer. But again, they have like a little ting. It's very faint when you touch the bottom, but really nice. It's like electrical ting. The Hades, I'm not. The Hades and the tans and the spring, I'm just not. I don't really use those that much. Nothing wrong with them. They're just not. They're not snappy enough for my style of play. The ice cream, the Specter, and then Ghosts. These feel like they go 1, 2, 3 as far as feel. They really do. And I guess the Taro is like softer, so it's like softer, soft, medium, and hard, firm, right? Whatever. Tikitaka Panda, yeah, so it's like Tikitaka, Taro, Ice Cream, Lofree Specter, Ghost. These all are in the same level, just different springs. And then the Deep Sea Islets and the Void are quiet. The Surfer and White Rains feel very similar, just softer. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, the Tikitaka Panda V1s. These feel like a Kasumi. So if you like the Kasumi switch on Gatorons, you like Tikitaka Panda V1s. But that's a collection of switches. And then I'm waiting for the Black Kites, the silent short travels to come in. Or to come, like, get the price cheaper. That and something like a crowd. I saw the Creality 3D printer, 3D scanners, all that stuff. Only thing is I'm hearing mixed things on like how long they last and all that stuff. Bamboo seems to be like the Hot 42 of 3D printers. It feels like they hit the market strong and you kind of just trust the brand because so many people have them. You know, if you need help or something's not right, you can find support. And you need parts. It feels something like that, right? Because like there's a lot of people that don't like hot 42s, don't like dual pads, don't like, you name the brand, like GB2040, they don't like the GB2040 pads, right? But I've had no problems with them, and whenever something's up, I always know someone I can ask because there's 40,000 people in their Discord server, you know, so stuff like that. Reds are good on the right hand side for mashing. So okay, reds are good for mashing on the right hand side. React presses, since they pop back quick and resist push to lower impact on fingers. Short throw or motion keys, since you press those more. The short travels are good for like moving around. On this side, I see where you're coming from, but I like it, again, I like them all, but just off the top of my head, these four here, Ice Cream, Specter, Ghost, and Wind Engine, and Deep Sea Islet, and Void. Surfer feels good, it's just loud, and White Rain. So I'll kind of black out the ones I don't really use, like that. They go, bend my finger, like that. Now I'll kind of hide those. These all here, I like for mashing. They all give me the feel that they snap back, and they take my mashing without hurting my fingers too. So that's the Ice Cream, the Specter, Deep Sea Islet, the Ghost, Surfer, White Rain, and the Void. So far. And I mean, obviously short travels, like don't get me wrong, like the short travels definitely fit in here too. And I like too that when I push, I can like, especially for Tekken, where you have to like, there's like a while standing move, and like there's all these different like angles and blah blah blahs of how you do your moves in Tekken. These activate like that for me. But with the red, again, red, I love you, red. I love you, Crystal. There's nothing wrong with you. I'm just always beating up on these two. I feel so bad because every time I talk about these, I feel like I'm beating up on them. There's nothing wrong with them. You can play with these forever. It's just for the way that I play, that's what I prefer. And I like how Arca again is describing. Like, look, same with Evoke, right? Here's how we like to play, and that's why I like that we now have almost 20 different switches to play how you want to play. You're not locked in. Like, where's my like this. We've all seen tournaments with pad players. There's not a lot of pad. I mean, there is, but there isn't. As far as like pad technology, right? Because when you're playing with this, these are clicky. These are tactile. These are clicky buttons. Yeah, these are all tactile. And these, I guess would these be clickies? Yeah, these are clickies. You can hear them. So these are clickies. These are linear. I've never thought about that. There's linears on the bottom. They're smooth. They're quiet. These have a tactile bump and they're loud. So these are clickies. The directionals are tactile because they have a bump. Each button has a bump. They're tactile. Would these be considered clicky because they make a noise? It's like a silent clicky. Wow, I've never thought about that. But again, when you're playing with these things, there's not you can't take this apart and like make it feel how you want. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of just locked in. Gorba's that these two are terrible. You know, and it's you're stuck. Whereas once you go something where you can like dial it, even with MX, Kailh, Gator, whatever switch, blah 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 blah, whatever you want to do. But the point I'm trying to make is, I love how all of us can dial it how we want. Arca's like, look, I want short travels with reds or crystals, lubed reds, lubed crystals on my mash side. I know, I feel like I'm bringing Travis, but Travis was the one that put me onto the springs. He likes spring. I forget where he mixed. He was the first one I heard say, oh, I mix my switches, and I've thought about it. I just never did it. But he had like spring and something else mixed in. And then I know Orville, I know Wolf, I know Sin, I know Code. Everyone kind of mixes, but I tend to do, for me personally, I do like all in the same pad. Only ones I leave weird is like I'll leave reds on top because I never use these two buttons. So I save money by not putting my good switches on things I don't use. So I don't use these two; those are reds, and a lot of times these will be reds too. So I just don't use them. Reds are crystals, so I just don't use them. But all my directionals, all my action. And if it's a pinky, it's guaranteed to have like upgraded switches because I know I'm going to press those buttons. And sometime this one for Street Fighter, but you know, stuff like that. But the bigger point I was really trying to get at is just that I love how we're not locked in to one way of play as far as the feel. We can, you know, so, you know, I'm glad that you're sharing how you play Arca because it lets people know, hey, it's safe to do what you want to do and mix it up. And again, it's clarifying the point that I'm making that There's nothing wrong with these. I just don't use them because for my hands and my playstyle, I'm just not a fan. I reached Tekken King with DualSense. Whoa, nice, nice. But it was much harder than with Leverless. I had to be 100% focused all the time. And Tekken, you have to be focused on Tekken already. Like Tekken's stressful, especially Tekken 8. There's so many just like gotchas and knowledge traps and overpowered moves and blah, blah, blah. Tekken 8 is stressful. So I can only imagine if you locked in with this bad boy. And fun fact, I play D-pad. Like when I play Lei Wulong, I play D-pad on all my controllers. I have the Ori, I have the Octa, I have the Ori, the original Ori Commander, I have the Ori Octa Pro, I have the ABD, I have all these different like regular pads I bought over the years, and they all had different things about them that just would drive me crazy. The D-pad's good, the buttons suck. The buttons are good, the D-pad sucks. Just all types of weird things, you know. Whereas now I convert to this. All of my pads feel different because I have different switches, but they all play the way I want them to play. That's why I like that. Hide mountains on directions. There you go. So Wolf is doing high clickies for directions. So that's cool. And Sacred Falcon, really Sacred Falcon's on the right. So you have short. I like this. A short travel for activation, and then click, 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 like a little tactile bump to exactly know when you want to press. There you go. I like that. I thought the face buttons in the PS5 control were membrane. The face buttons, these here, they could be, but can y'all hear this? You probably can't hear it, but like now I'm like holding it in my hand, I could feel the tactile bump. You can kind of see it. Bump. See that bump right there? It's like bumping up and down. Whereas this, look how smooth this is. All the way to bottom smooth. All the way back up. This one, there's a bump right there. And it also clicks. So they probably are membranes, but you can hear the membrane. Whereas this side, you don't hear anything. It's quiet, but you feel the bump. Like I'm pushing it, like there's a bump. And with these are smooth all around, nice and smooth. Yeah. Huh. You told me last week. It's not Halcyon. I think it was Halson. I think it was Halson Ways. I think that's what it was. Halson. Jump the Halson Ways. Ghost switches are fantastic. Ghost switches and Halson, if you're using Ghost, grab some pack of O-rings. They're like $3 off Amazon. Put some O-rings on just put on the stem of your keycap and just put your keycap back on all the way. You're gonna start playing. It's gonna be super quiet, super soft, and it's gonna be short travel. You're gonna convert your Ghost to like a short travel because it's like a bump right here now, and you're gonna notice like, wait, wow, it feels like I'll explain. It just feels really nice as long as the weight of your ring is not too heavy. I forgot. I think it's like a 30 or 20. I forgot which ones are in this pack, but I have in my Discord server. I forgot which one I got. But it makes you get clear, not black. Don't buy black rings. You can see them through the keycap. You want clear. I mean the white. The white's clear. Yeah, Leverless superior to pads and sticks for custom. Yeah, facts. And well, sticks I guess are very. I guess Leverless is another way to say it. Leverless is catching up to stick. Whereas stick you can dial. Like I remember talking to Mitch last year. Mitch was like, you know, because I don't play stick. He was educating me on all the different things you can do with a stick. And I thought that was really cool. How you can again just dial it how you want. You can put all the gates and just all the spring. It got deep into the weeds, but that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the same thing here. I'm getting deep. Like I have almost 18 switches in front of me. I'm getting deep into the weeds. That's not, you know what I'm saying? So and it's good. I like it. I literally had 80% win rate, 85% win rate. Wow, 85% win rate when I got Tekken King, but I fell off. I fell to 50% now. Yeah, we're all waiting for season 3. I can't wait. I hope they fix the game in season 3. I really do. And when I say fix the game's fantastic. I think if Tekken 8 looked like Tekken 7, people would stop playing it as much. But it's so beautiful. It loads so fast. It's all there. It's just overpowered. So you're just like, oh, you get frustrated sometimes with certain characters. And I play Fang, so we probably think that about me, but still, you just get overpowered. Some things are just annoying. I pulled up my boy's Kwamba Dragon. That till this day is the high quality made controller next to HO8D and B. Yeah, you know, it's like, yeah, everything's getting there. I love that everything's getting there. I don't know how pros win tournaments with stock pieces. You know, it's so funny. Sometimes I think of the same thing because they'll be in there, and I heard about a thing called the Claw play style where they play. I mean, I do this. I guess I play Claw this way. I never thought about it, but they play like this or something. I don't know how they'll put on their lap and they're just doing this, like, because I play like this when I'm playing. I'm not bouncing around. I don't use these at all when I play like Tekken or Street Fighter or Tekken, right? But they'll play something like this, and I don't know how they do it. My hands are just trying to do it. It's tiny controllers. Halcyon. I knew it. Halcyon. Yeah, the O-rings. Yeah, I should drop a link because I have a link on my Discord. I gotta find it. But I tried 2 different brands, and you know, just make sure you go white because it says white, but they're actually clear. And that way, when you put it on, they'll look like this. Whereas you put a black, you'll see the black. The black will shine through. You don't want that. So, which mode is the best for Korean backdashing on Leverless? I don't have an answer for that. I don't right now, off the top of my head. I'm like kind of spacing out right now. I don't, because I've done it where I was doing last. I forgot how I did it. Is it down? I think I was holding down and back, and I'll tap forward, and it'll make the character do down, back, down, back, down. And it'll sway backwards. I think that's. I don't have the game on right now, but I think that's what I was doing. But that's like one way to do it. There's yeah, Leverless. Really, all the things. Every device has its own like unique abilities. And with Leverless, once you lock in, like I've seen some Mishra players, they'll do a wave dash with this button. Like they'll have the directionals, but they'll turn this. I forgot what button they make this, and they'll do like a weird wave dash pressing like something. But I don't play Mishras, but it was really cool. Yeah, it was a whole process. I was like, okay, but it was really cool to see though. Let me switch. I have all these switches pulled out. I can put all this stuff back. But yeah, it's. And I don't think I haven't lubed my Sacred Falcons yet. I should take some apart and lube them because I like these a lot. They're just. I don't want to oversell them because the shadow hunting are really nice. But yeah, and again, if you have like face pads, like Noxzema pads, whatever, clean it has alcohol in it, right? So clean that out really good with dish soap. So it's like a neutral soap. Hot water, dish soap, let it sit for like an hour with dish soap and hot water, and then rub it out really good, rinse it out really good, and let it sit for a day or two, and just fully dry out, get the alcohol smell out, and then boom. Put it's in the bottom, but put one of those packs in there, the little the moisture packs in, and you're all set. Or a piece of foam, like see that one right there, boom, it's right there. So I need to make a pad that's going to be my Switch tester pad. And the S is good for that because it's firm. Like the S has to be acrylic, it has a really good like build. I really like the S. Matter of fact, this is the one I did the spring on. Yeah, spring switch. These are coming out here immediately. I'm putting something, I might take these out and put the voids in here. I might do that. I might put voids in this guy or the surfer. I'll put surfers in here. So I need to test these two. And the Specter. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 switches I need to test, so I got to figure that out. Because these springs, I'm just not a fan. The spring seasons, yeah, for Tekken, I'm not a fan. They're just for my playstyle. They're not snappy enough for me. And then again, I have the Tikitaka reviews coming soon, so the Kasumis will be talking more about these. And these, I might lube these and try to see what's the difference if I lube them or not. Because they're fine, they're loud, but they're fine. They sound like every other short travel switch, right? So all the short travels are loud, but they're fine. And again, loud is in perspective, right? Because nothing's absurdly loud, but you get the point. So wind engines, yeah. And I have a pad. I have this pad. These two are like my starter pads. This is the flat box. Was it flat box? I think it's flat box. This is the first review I ever did. This is like almost 2 years ago now. And at the time, it was fine. Even now, this still plays fine now. But the dual pad C12 is this, but better. It's the same thing, but just better. The switches feel better. The top is better. The grip is better. It's weighted. So there's something that makes it feel heavy. It feels nice and weighted. So I always tell people don't buy this. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the market has it's like buying an Xbox One or Xbox S or whatever, PS4, PS5. You could play Street Fighter on PS4 or PS5, but if you play on PS5, it's just better, right? If they're the same price or like $10 more, just buy the better one. Because this is like 20, 25. This is like 25, 30. Spend the $10, get this one. It's just better, flat out better. But the point I was going to get was, I have this Flatbox Ultra 14. This one has the button here and the pinky here. I was hoping, see, with the tariffs, I was hoping that before the tariffs, because they took this and turned to a C12. The same thing. You can see the exact same layout. Everything's the same, just better, right? I was really hoping they would take this and make a C14. This would be, you know, 2 big buttons here, your smalls across the body, your pinky, all the things. As a pass-through, this has everything ready to go. It just needs a different shell. But all those physical switches, all that stuff. But I might take these crystals. I have crystals in here now with black O-rings. And speaking of O-rings, see how you can see that little color there in the middle? That's what black looks like. You don't want that. See, even under these, they're colored. You can still see the black underneath. Just buy white O-rings. They're clear underneath. I might take these switches out of here and put them all on this pad. The only difference is with the 3D printing, the impact, it feels a little different. So I don't know if I'm gonna get a true feel, whereas with this being like such a tight build, and see like the square in the middle, the switches lock in, so they're more stable in here too. So I get like a better feel for what they're gonna feel like. They don't rattle in this pad, in the S. And really, honestly, in all the Hot 42 pads, I never noticed. I started taking things apart. The way they kind of, I feel like I'm giving too much credit, but it just kind of is what it is, right? They do a really good job of like making your switches feel stable. I think that's why they feel kind of snappier too, because they're held in place so tight. That's why when you, like, if you ever take your switches out of a Hot 42, any of their models, you'll hear like a click, like a snap. That's because they literally like snap and lock in to this little square down here. I think dual pad does too. There's a certain brand, I gotta look. There's certain brands where they snap in. There's others that are kind of like this, where when they come out, they're kind of, see how flat that is? They're just kind of sitting in there. And if they have 2 prongs, they're just kind of sitting. They have 3, it locks, but again, it's not really, again, it's not a bad thing, but you kind of see how it's just, I don't know how to explain it. But I'm torn on making this my, because this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 switches for me to test on. I can get a better feel, and then take this one, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I can do 26 switch testing with these 2 pads. And that's why I want to, that's why I want a Kailh keyboard. So I was saying at the very beginning of the show, I had to reach out to Hex Gear or Lofree, see if I can get a keyboard sent out that does Kailh V2s. And that way I can just put all the test switches in there. I'll put 2, maybe 2 or 4 per section. And that way I can get a real feel for like, okay, how do 2 switches feel? Like, you know, when you're playing, you're doing like this. How do they feel? Not just onesie, twosie, onesie, 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 you know what I'm saying? I think that'll provide, and the goal really is to help provide value to you all, everyone else, to say, look, here's my experience and here's what I'm feeling, you know, some thoughts about it. That's a lot of moving the effects. Yeah, in this, yeah, but this layout, there's a white pad with gold. I forgot what it's called. What's the name? I saw them in person. Really nice guys too. They were young guys, really, really nice. I forgot what it was, because it's not the indoor, it's something else. But their pad was this exact same layout, and this came out last year. This is like March of, or April of 2024. 2024 was like the boom of Leverless. 2025, and then the tariffs. If the tariffs didn't come, I would not be surprised if because dual pad in their Discord, they shared something that was super unique. And I'll say this, because it's in the server, so it wasn't like secret. The pad was able to play on left or right hand. So if you like your hands this way, or you like to play this, your directionals, if you like it on this side or this side, you could do it and still have your action buttons on this side or on this side. It was like, it was really cool what he was working on. With Shaw was working on something really cool. And then like the tariff stuff behind the scenes, he doesn't really talk about it, but I could tell, because when I was at Evo, I talked to vendors, and every vendor I talked to had a tariff story, essentially, of like how they're being affected, and it's yeah, all that stuff. So that kind of bummed me. I was like, man, he has something really cool coming for those that like that. And it was very like a Zen. It was like a modified Zen with like a unique layout. It was really cool. It was really cool. It was really cool. So this may just become my switch tester, I guess. And this plug, I may take the plug out and just stick it. I'll stick it in this because I don't use this. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this guy. I got to do something with this. This is really for when I do reviews or talk to you guys. That's why I keep this around, so that way I can let people know there's nothing wrong with it. If you bought a Sally box, you're fine. But for $5 or $10 more, and I know every country is different. You know, I'm in the States, so it's not much to us. But if you're overseas, $5 or $10 is a drastic. Or if you're like in Brazil, 5 or 10 is actually 10 or 20. They get like 100 to 150% tax. So it's a bigger deal to you all. So I'm not negating your issues, but you can find, you know, same thing but better for a few bucks more. And it probably severely messed with RDNA. Yes, definitely, I definitely agree with that. That research development was definitely affected. And like I said, the folks, especially these acrylic pads, the person I talked to, they have they're actually a pretty big deal, and they lost their acrylic vendor because the vendor went out of business. Like, I think we all think that they're making millions off these things, but they're kind of using like very low margins. And they had to test 2 other vendors that did not go good. And when I saw them, they were just testing the 3rd vendor. So people were kind of like bothered their orders weren't being sent yet, but it wasn't their fault. Someone's got to make the materials, and that material vendor was not good yet. And fun fact, you know, Hoffer 2 has the frosted tops now. I have a funny feeling they're running into an issue with their clear vendor, that they're having used frosted till they can figure out what's going on. But again, I hope that's not the case, because I want all the vendors to win, because the more vendors there are that are successful, the more options we have. Like we were just talking today with Agoraphobic News, he's looking for a tight layout. Well, if everyone goes out of business, okay, Agoraphobic, you only can buy this, figure it out. Well, I don't want this. Okay, that's all we got. Figure it out. You know what I mean? That's not good. That's not good. That's what none of us want. And why we still haven't seen the Hot 42 arcade buttons. Oh, it's true. Yeah, they haven't come out. It's true. Or their Ergo controller box for sale. That's a very good point. Those that don't know. They have like 3 websites. It's kind of funny. Here we go. So they have this site, the COSMOX gaming site. And there's their, you know, left stuff. You can find all their new stuff here. And even this is slightly outdated because I don't see the Gen 2. There's the Ultra. That's the version 1. And plus, yes, this doesn't even have everything on it. Keycaps are out, right? So then you go to Hot 42. Is this the one that had it? Where's the site? I think it's Retro Gaming. But here is like even more legacy. You can find like the original Mini, which I never saw in person. The B16 I have. They had a kit where you could build it yourself. Hot 42, when they first came out, they were shipping the pads unbuilt, and you would build it yourself. That's how raw it was, like at the time. And again, they're so easy to build. It's not like it was hard work, but you just get the point that it was like, wow, you know, they were so young and new. They were trying to figure things out. What are they doing here? IB Gamer, so they changed this up. This used to be some, here it is right here, boom. So this one hasn't come out. Oh, this one, yeah. The Hitbox Zero hasn't come out. Their buttons haven't come out. So this is still, it's been announced, but still unreleased. Well, I mean, it's on their page, so it's obviously announced. There's special buttons with Kailh's, the wind engines inside, they're not out yet. The colors, see, coming soon. It's been coming soon for like 6 months, maybe more. But I know, I almost guarantee that they're just doing the best they can behind the scenes to work through what every vendor around the world is going through right now for every product, right? Your car, your house, whatever you're looking for. And we're not getting political. We're just saying, you know, if you're waiting on something, here is a reason that I suspect. Again, I don't work there. I don't know these people. So take it for a grain of salt, but you get the point of what could be going on. So I hope all the vendors make it, you know, weather the storm, make it out good on stuff. So we all win. And then dealing with shady, unethical contractors, that's the other part, right? Yes, I think we all know the contracting part sucks. That is very true. So again, I might just turn this to a switch pad tester. Let's see here, because this pad feels a little bit more stable because this is the same pad, but this just better built. Oh, don't break my thing. Okay. I guess I gotta use a real switch puller. Interesting. See, like these lock in. These lock in here. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. See the square? See, dual pad. Let's take one of these into. It's dual pad. They're on it. Dual pad's on it, just like Hot for 2 is. Let's pop this out of here. And, okay. Just knock the whole thing up. What switches are on? What did I put on this thing? Oh, these are shadow hunting. But yep, and it has the square in here, so these lock in. No wonder they're so tight. Alright, Gorfo, you want to play some Tekken, Gorfo? What time is it? It's 3:16. And I forgot, dual pads can do Gatorons or Kailhs. I forgot about that too. Don't know if I can today because it's almost, I was supposed to have at 3 o'clock. It's almost 3:30. So I might have to get off of here. But next week, what we're doing is next weekend Black Friday or not yet? Like yeah, next week is the week before Black Friday. And this week, you guys, I have marketing videos coming out this week. So the Doe Life monitor light, that video promotion will be out. And then the light for the Ben Fei, this wireless HDMI adapter they sent out for reviews. Yeah, check it out. So that'll be coming out. And then another one, it's a streaming cord. I can't think. I'm getting tired. I'm definitely getting tired. So I can't think right now. But you plug it into like your device, your iPad, whatever, and you plug it into your computer, and now you can screen record and play and all that stuff. So that will be coming out soon too. But Agoraphobe, we got to play again soon. I feel like we played before Agoraphobe, but I'm getting tired, so I apologize if I don't remember. But I guess I got to play again. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up because I'm definitely getting tired. I can feel it. And again, I may take these switches out of here and put them in here and turn this into a test pad. I haven't figured out, or I might just put switches I like in here now that I know they lock in place. So I'll get good results, and I'll figure out what I want to do. And maybe I'll just use these as testers. I'll figure that out. But on that note, like I said, you'll see some promotional videos dropping this week, and then I may try to slip in the how to start leverless joystick, you know, just how to start with a new controller video that I want to keep super short, just to kind of help everyone as we move to the holiday season. But again, I hope everybody has a good week. I'm gonna get ready to get off of here and go eat some lunch and take a quick nap. And then we're watching Squid Game. The challenge season 2 just came out. It's kind of turns like a family thing. We all sit and watch. We got caught up last night, watched like 3 or 4 episodes. So it's fun family time. So I like it. But on that note, I hope everybody has a good week. Agoraphobic, I owe you a match. I won't forget. We'll play Tekken for sure. But yeah. I hope you guys have a good week and all that good stuff. I'll see y'all on Tuesday, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.